In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
You deserve an Oscar, red carpet ready, girl. You deserve an Oscar. You deserve an Oscar. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1062. Back again. We got Jeff Holiday joining us. Welcome back, Jeff.
How's it going? You know that it's bullshit that song never won a Grammy. I listen to it all the time.
That's bullshit. That song never won an Oscar.
It should have won an Oscar too, a Grammy and an Oscar and a fucking Golden Globe. If I'm being honest,
when I sing it to my girls, I sing "You Deserve a Will Smith" at the Oscars.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's
because I hit women.
Yeah, no, I what you're putting down. Yeah.
It was a joke, guys. Welcome to the comedy podcast, the obscure alt-right comedy podcast.
It's all jokes. We're all joshing here. We're having fun.
We're joshing. I do like that. Everyone, give the stream a like if you haven't already. Also, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/DP, patreon.com/DP. We have a goal going on that we're trying to reach, and we're getting closer and closer to it.
Are you one step closer to the edge?
No, we're about to break.
But no, seriously, we've raised a lot of new patrons, and that's amazing. And if you could help us get closer to the goal, you can sign up for a tier as low as $1 per month. Check it out. Link in the description. And we are very close at the moment.
You
know how much I absolutely love you is, so I made that comment right before we went live. I was like, fuck, man, I wish I had time to shave my neck. I didn't go and smoke a cigarette before the show.
I went and
I shaved my neck. This is beautiful.
By the way,
beautiful.
So we're at 398 of 450. And when we started this goal, when we kind of put it out there that we were trying to reach this goal, we were like in the lower 300s. So we've come quite far, and I think we can make it. If you're watching right now and you can spare $1 a month, sign up. $5 gets you private shows. We just did a private show this past Friday. Who is worse, James Robert Clark or Jared Genesis? And the people voted. I still don't want to spoil it.
It was an old-fashioned creep-off.
Yeah, and then we've got two more coming up. We got one coming up Wednesday, not tomorrow, but the following Wednesday. And then the following Friday, we have Actual Mania, which this is probably the most contentious Actual Mania ever.
Yeah, Egghead's already quit 19 times.
I love it because I knew. So Egghead is going to be Egghead will be defending his Cringerweight title against Andy Dick, but
wow.
The special guest referee is Honest Red, and Honest Red at the end after all the videos are played is going to shoot me a DM and let me know if he decided to screw Egghead or if he decided to call the match down the middle, or maybe he'll screw Andy Dick. He could do all of those. He could do nothing. He could screw over either competitor. And then when that happens, we add a percentage. We add 20% to the score of the person Honest Red decided to help out.
If there's one thing I know about Honest Red is that he'll screw anyone.
That does seem true.
I don't know. Is that a sex joke? What the fuck?
I mean, every joke he tells is one. So
no, but Honest Red is he's very open-minded sexually.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
All right.
Honest Red is mature in the brain.
Gotcha.
So we'll see how that goes. We haven't even picked the rest of the card yet. We probably should, but that's the main event. And I think it's going to be pretty crazy. It's been building back and forth. The back and forth and the Discord has been crazy. I'm hoping Honest Red cuts a promo soon before the event so that Egghead can respond to the promo.
He was talking about it.
Yeah. Just let us know what your intentions are, Honest Red. You can
with
let
our
us know.
daughter. What are your intentions with our daughter?
I'm legitimately still rooting for my boy Egghead. You know, I'm a hardcore Egghead stan. I think he's going to maintain the title, but that's just me. Me. I've got faith.
He's on a crazy win streak right now.
If it was the heavyweight title, I don't think Egghead would retain because he ain't heavy. He's my brother, but he is cringy. So I do think he will retain the Cringerweight Championship.
We are going to go ahead and get right into some of the content right now, starting with antagonism. Here we go.
Turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah, they're going to touch me. All right. Here we go. I think we are going to start with this breaking news that there has been a reported hostage situation at the compound for the Black Hammer organization. And there's a little bit of video footage. Some of it's weird. It freezes a lot, but I found out it's like whoever, I don't know where the video came from, but it froze a lot.
There's
basically
a hostage situation.
Yes.
Has it gotten physical? Are they going to touch him, DP?
The SWAT team showed up.
Oh, no.
The SWAT team and I guess the Fed. Well, according to Gazi, there were Feds that showed up. So I mean, like, do you want to look at the article before we jump into some of these videos, or what?
Sure. I don't have the article.
I can summarize.
Okay. Sure.
So, like, what everybody else knows versus like what I've been able to glean from the whole Gazi situation, like looking at his social media. So, at a house in Lafayetteville, Georgia, which is a little bit south of Atlanta, there was a call put in that somebody was being kidnapped. And so the cops showed up, and they started like ordering everybody out of the house. It just so happened to be the headquarters of Black Hammer, the notorious well, I guess you'd say anti-white. That's pretty easy. Colonizer, pro-Proud Boys, which is very weird. Anti-Antifa. Revolutionary black movement headed up by none of them, Black Hitler himself, Gazi motherfucking Kodzo.
Yeah.
Black Hitler.
And Black Hitler. And then shenanigans ensued. Should we watch some of the videos before we say like what ended up happening at the end of it?
Sure. Here's video 1.
Yeah.
It's about 3 minutes.
I clipped him as best as I could.
Where's Yabe? Yabe? Huh?
At around 8:30 p.m., Gazi posts feds outside my house with guns. Is this the new Waco? Is this Woco?
He wanted it to be. That's fucking good.
That also could be the name of like an SJW clown.
That breaks up the Beatles? Woko Ono?
Woko the clown.
Oh.
Woko the clown. That's a fucking genius. Holy shit. Somebody should do something with that.
I like how the guy's just walking a dog. Like, what?
And then there's walking Gazi's dog towards the cops. This is the first interaction they have. Like, don't fuck around either.
How you doing, Miss Nadia?
Fine.
You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
You doing okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
So I don't know if
Jeremiah, someone.
It freezes up a couple times.
Yeah.
Kidnapping people in the garage. I told them that we caught Jeremiah stealing. I wanted him in the garage.
And I was trying to hear what the fuck they were saying, and then you can pick up a little bit on it.
There's no one.
Come back. Yeah, come with me, Mr. Dobby.
You can tell he recording this because otherwise it'd be like right on Gazi's face the whole fucking time.
No, not.
Yeah, he's saying he's the homeowner.
It's not a.
No need for all of this. This is one. Like,
Well, I'm just telling you. Like I was explaining to him. It's how the call came out. Okay.
people like.
It's
sir.
okay, Nadia. They don't. They listen. They're not pointing guns at us.
No, we had a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't rude to me. I wasn't rude to him.
Without his face on camera, I kind of feel like this is another Andy Dick molestation thing. But I know it's Gazi Kodzo.
He's very respectful to the cops when the camera's not pointed at him, too.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Your officer.
I wish he would have been dressed like the Joker this time.
Yeah, what a puss. Prepare. Always be dressed like the Joker, Gazi. Come on.
Just gotta wake up with your makeup.
Hey, Jeff, in your Skype audio settings, do you have noise cancellation turned on by any chance?
You know what I think might actually be the problem?
Yeah, it keeps cutting you off, basically.
Say something more?
Check, check, check.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that didn't work.
Okay.
Hear that?
Yeah, yes.
That's better. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was feeding back through my board.
What's going on? Okay.
Video when we were out yesterday. There's no the key like to come back.
2131 to 1102.
Go ahead.
But when they are caught.
So this isn't even a police dog. This is Gazi's dog.
It's Gazi's dog. This is
Why would you
Gazi's
bring
pit
your
bull.
dog in front of the cops? He wants his dog to get shot. Like
I
what?
don't know. Apparently, they have like a fuck ton of dogs in this house too. Like apparently, one dude was just walking a dog when the cops first got up there, and the cops showed up, and this dude like looked at the cops, went, "Oh fuck," and just ran, which is obviously a great idea. And he got arrested, and they had to like go and get their other dog back. It was very strange.
We have different instances like Nadia's been inappropriately touched before and things like that. We moved them to the garage as we didn't to anyone, and then we asked what was going on and we exit because we've had, and I can show you damages in my home where
Isn't there someone reported dead or something? Like
Yeah, there does end up be. Yeah, there does,
Okay.
but not at this point yet. Not
Okay.
at this point. Like they're only 2 people. I think 2 or 3 people have come out of that house at this point.
Okay.
they get upset because they've got special needs
Yes,
or
sir.
they have fixes to drugs and things, and so they'll wild out and they'll break things.
I don't know. So like Gazi's trying to say like you have to be really careful because there's some people in that house that have special needs, and I swear to fuck, he said that one of them has jungle fever.
Okay.
Wilding out.
So did JF Garapi join the Black Hammer Union?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but like listening to Gazi like try and talk to the cops about this is really fascinating because of like how he's gonna talk about it later. It's so weird.
Is jungle fever special needs?
I don't think so. Because if so, then I should be able to get some disability.
Wild out and hurt us. I was like, okay.
Yes, sir.
Go to this. This is the space where we can figure things out, and then you can move.
White one's mine.
But, like, that is it. That is it. Like, it is not holding anyone.
So basically, you run an outreach program.
Right.
An outreach program.
Yeah, this is important. This is fucking important. Like, so the cops are hearing from Gazi the reason why there's all these people that are not related in this house together, that they got this call that somebody was kidnapped in this house. And Gazi's like, oh no, we run an outreach center. Gazi runs an outreach center. And that's the whole basis for how this whole thing takes place. It's bananas.
It's like a cult more than an outreach group.
Yeah, someone needs to get out and reach reality.
Yeah.
If that's what outreach might mean.
You could probably skip to the side. Well, I mean, like there's a little bit more. You do the camera does come back onto the cop on this one, but I mean, you can move forward. It's still definitely-
Is it a sex cult? I mean, he did say that someone in there was diagnosed with jungle fever. Like we do have an admission of some sort of sexual dalliance.
Somebody sent me there was a link to somebody that was like admitting some of the crazy shit that was going on inside that cult. And I don't know if they said anything about sexuality.
Damn it.
But like some people have been, it's been claimed that like people have been forced into labor at gunpoint. I mean, I can't confirm nor deny, but that's what some people are claiming. It's pretty weird. They have accused Gazi of sexual assault.
I do cover my face in blue cheese and tell everybody to hit it from behind and call me Backdoor Becky.
K-Beast.
That it almost sounds like you're doing like gay pimp monk when you do that. Like,
yeah, Billy's doing gay pimp monk. I'm doing Ruby Rod for sure. Probably somewhere in the middle.
Call Dallas.
Stay right there. All right. You come on.
Simon McHugg says that voice was racist. Was it?
This is happening.
13% of my voices are responsible for 50% of my funny. That's racist.
Yeah, it's frozen at this point, but it'll catch up.
Oh, it's freezing. It's weird.
I don't know. I noticed when I downloaded a bunch of them, they freeze a lot.
Maybe I encoded it really bad.
No, that is scary. I got it. Please, I got it. Please, I got it. Please. Please. These people have gone through so much in their lives. This is a lot. Please.
Why is there microphone feedback in the background? What's up with that?
Please.
So like the SWAT team is out and they're using like a hostage negotiation vehicle, and that was them like trying to scream at the house. I think at this point there's like 2 people left in the house or something like that, 2 or 3, and they're screaming at the house this like high pitched thing, and Gazi's like, that's gonna freak them out. You gotta like chill out. You gotta chill the fuck out. Please, like stop doing the I don't remember what the term is for the law enforcement where they like blast out the sound super loud. LRAD? Is it LRAD?
I'm not familiar with the technique.
It might be that. Yeah, I can't remember.
Are they gonna blast out if you like pina coladas?
No, they're gonna play Panama. Panama by Van Halen. That's how they. That's how they got Noriega to surrender.
Damn.
That's not true at all.
Isn't it?
Oops.
No.
I thought it was.
No, they played Quiet Riot.
I thought it was Panama.
They played a cycle of an entire album of Quiet Riot over and over and over again, like an entire Quiet Riot album.
I thought it was Van Halen.
Pretty sure they played That's So Cheesecake on repeat.
To bring them to something that is peaceful. Please.
Hey, Will's on loudspeaker. Can you just stop for 1 second?
Please. I beg of you, your officer.
Okay.
It might have just been a microphone. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
There's a dead body in there, and I don't want you to find it. Please.
Loudspeaker, but they're not putting down their guns. But listen, we all came out. None of us got shot, apparently. The only person is Kino in handcuffs now?
I have no idea who that is or where he's at. I don't know what's going on with that situation.
So he's calling into the house, being like, "Yo, they haven't shot us yet. They haven't shot us yet. It's okay. It's cool. We're not dead."
Everything's good. They're good.
Well, more than 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is honestly the most human Gazi Kodzo's ever been, but whatever, it's fine. No.
Please.
Everybody's good, so you can come out.
Listen to what I'm telling you, okay?
Yes.
When you get them out of the house, you don't need to be worried about going Facebook Live and Instagram Live. Let's just get them out of the house safely, okay?
My church is just calling me, and I just want to make sure that they know what's going on.
Facebook Live.
I got you.
Okay. Let's get them out of the house safely, okay?
I got
Let's
you.
not worry about politics.
I'm not worried about politics.
Let's not worry about optics.
I'm with them right now.
Oh, just fucking wait, man.
Hello?
Don't worry about your damn self. I'm looking dead at you.
Huh?
I'm looking dead at you.
I know, because
Okay. Let's just get them out of the house.
why would I film y'all?
I don't care. I just need to get them out of the house.
Hello?
Hey, man.
Can y'all hear me? Hello? This is crazy. This is apparently.
Is that the whole?
Hey, I'm not.
That
I
does
think
look like that's the end of the
whole
video.
one with that one. Yeah. I don't know why. I must have encoded these bad. I'm sorry about that.
You cut out the wild gay sex stuff, or like?
Yeah. And I fucking look at how good I encoded that one. Fucking nailed it, dude. I fucking nailed it.
Jeff, you should have a career in video editing.
I know. I should. I totally should.
You should make videos professionally.
So this one doesn't really have any commentary, but like it's just kind of a close up that there is actually like a SWAT team.
In the
he
small,
says it's feds.
In the small tiny box, we can see a small corner has a large group of cops in a trunk of a car.
Right, yeah. But they're gearing up with fucking like assault weapons and shit. So the big one is like the last one, obviously. So you just move to that one.
All right.
Somebody should put the Golden Ratio over this because I know this makes a lot of sense. Okay. You want to say something? You want to build dramatic effect with minimal words?
Well, he's on camera now, so now it's the Gazi show.
So yeah, this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This Tuesday morning, where I should be with Draco right now, this is all occurring. And it's quite horrific.
Horrific?
You know, one call from someone in the house.
One
distress
call gets all the police here.
Yeah, something like this. Anyways, someone who we had in the home was acting belligerent, and so
Gazi has like quite the underbite.
Yes.
His lower teeth go in front of his upper teeth.
We were removing him from the home, and I guess he called the police and made up all these lies about grenades and all kinds of stuff, and about whatever. So
he won't say it.
Now.
He won't say it. The whole time I've watched this like several times through. He will not say the words kidnapped. Will not say the fucking words kidnapped. And that is like what the call was. Somebody called the police and said, I'm being fucking kidnapped. And this is the address that I'm kidnapped at. They have guns. They have grenades. Like, that's what happened. That's totally what fucking happened. That's what caused this whole shit show to occur.
And it actually was someone in the house, right? It wasn't...
Yes, it was. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was 100% somebody in the house.
Okay. Huh.
Did they find guns or grenades?
Oh, I'm sure there are guns for sure. I think that's pretty much confirmed. But grenades, I don't know. Maybe.
Like the whole police department is out here. Not just the police, the FBI is out here as well.
It's the sheriff. That's not the FBI. That's your county
I know.
sheriff.
I know.
Another person is coming. But yeah. So please share this live, y'all. Get it out. They're waiting for a warrant to search the house, whatever. Where
Currently hiding all the grenades.
they will see. We have.
Uhuru, y'all! You better shove those things up your asshole.
Keister the grenades.
I ain't going to prison for nobody.
For no mayo warrior. Put it up your asshole, white boy. What are you here for?
Beast, Becky. Toilet seat complexion having motherfucker.
All of this, y'all. I don't know what he's getting. They're gonna break open the window?
Okay. So since we want to continue the storyline, I have a suggestion. I propose that Jeff Holiday becomes Egghead's manager for this month's Actual Mania.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Could you get Egghead over the hump?
You know what? I think that maybe we can pull this off. Maybe. If Egg wants, it's up to Egg. It's up to Egg. He's the star. He's the talent. You know, I can provide some support. So we'll see. I don't know. I like the idea though. I think it's great.
Could be.
it seems like they're going to be getting like an ELD car. What's an ELD truck? Look that up.
Yeah.
So we're looking up what an ELD truck is. And then after that, I mean, I see all of this, and I'm not shocked or surprised. We are making a lot of advancements and things like that. So
it's true. Gazi has pretty much made Wakanda in that small suburban neighborhood. So it's
woke kinda.
Wakanda.
Really wasn't. We are, helping our people. We are making sure to build community.
Chadwick Boseman passed away. They're looking for a new Black Panther. If it's Gazi Kodzo, I might stop watching Marvel movies.
That might finally break me. Yeah.
Understand that. Do you need someone to do a drive?
Whoa.
They're not letting anyone drive by. Like, my lawyer can't even come in here. There's like media out there and stuff like that, apparently.
I like how he's like a 13-year-old TikTok kid who's like, apparently my parents sent me to my room.
People fart in my face. Matters.
That does matter.
Yes, matters. We're in Fayetteville.
Oh my God! Who was the dude that really desperately wanted white people to fart in his face?
His name was
Thursday Lane.
Thursday Lane. Yep.
White people fart in my face matters.
Okay, I need to fucking see if he's been doing anything lately. Holy shit!
He's been eating up chunky, milky, fucking buttermilk.
This video is
ranch
dedicated
farts.
to Mr. Howard Stern and the Drunken Peasants. That's what he did.
This was just,
Please. I yearn for the scent of a cream-colored gentleman.
one of these days, I think. Watch her. Oh, she's, anyways. So now they're moving the cars so they can get the ELD here.
What's up, you two? And this is his...
What the fuck was that?
Is Jeff watching Thursday Lane?
Oh shit! Yeah. Sorry.
Is that his Aunt Rochelle?
Yeah. It was his Aunt Rochelle. I was just seeing what he's been doing lately. My bad. I'm sorry about that. Guys. I didn't realize.
Whatever. I don't know what else they're gonna do to the car, but this is ridiculous. This is all quite ridiculous.
Quite ridiculous, and giving you so much attention.
It's so ridiculous. He just had to stream.
Come on, Shaw. Anyways.
Make
sure to share
and
this
then there's
live.
This dude with the boobs, with the boobage.
Put your notifications on.
Pokey with the chesticles back there.
Yep.
If I do get arrested, do not worry. I have sent comrades who have my information to log in, so the show must go on. This is because the work that we are doing.
Want to give Honest Red the special guest referee position. I believe that it's only fair that Jeff becomes my manager.
Well, if this is about fair, Egghead, then he could become your manager. But this isn't about fair. You're gonna have to beg and plead for the powers that be to take their boot off your throat, because that's what's happening.
With my help, I can craft this already legendary athlete into a mega notorious, absolutely unstoppable and uncrackable egg champion.
I think the dog would win the title.
Is working.
The dog is not cringe.
Dogs are cringe.
They treat an organization that feeds and clothes and houses the homeless. We house this brother.
Sideshow Blob.
Sideshow Blob.
And how was your
That's
experience
good.
with us?
Pretty good, except for this part.
Pretty good, except for this part.
Yeah.
Still fighting, though.
That's right. I got this space, this house, because I wanted, as you can see, it's a very nice neighborhood, y'all, that I'm sure the HOA is going to be kicking me out of very soon. And so I got this space because
I wonder why
wanted to
the
give
HOA would
homeless-
kick him out. He's obviously not holding more people there than they allow, right?
Seems like it.
He's obviously not bringing in guns and grenades.
There's like 20 people living in a 3-bedroom house or whatever.
Yeah.
People from the streets in Atlanta some peace and quiet out here to meditate, to think.
Should we send Hannibal over there to break everybody out and free the hostage situation?
I think it's over.
To pray,
oh shit!
To get clean, and that's what's been going on here. But
Mouse Fitzgerald says they help this brother. Shows shirtless pudgy dude.
Gets down on knees, please, sir. Please, lords of actual mania. I plead with you. What shall I do to please the gods of actual mania?
I could tell you what you could do,
That
Egghead.
is very cringe.
I can tell you what you could do, Egghead. When you're down there on your knees, you could be a little less egg and a little more head.
With work and stuff like that, with this kind of work.
So, for the majority of the rest of this, like it's just the only reason why I kept a lot of this in at the very end is it turns into this wild narcissistic like. Look at me. Look at me. I might actually get shot by the cops, y'all. Oh my God, look at me. I'm trying to like bathe and clothe and feed the homeless. Look at me. And like it's really fucking narcissistic and it's mega fucking cringe. We can watch it if you want. But like the long story short of this is Gazi Kodzo so he fucked up the first movie. So first he was Smile Tone and he was like I have words for that. But first he was Smile Tone. Then he became a black revolutionary, found out that was a scam, got into another one, found out that was a scam run by a bunch of white people, made Black Hammer. Black Hammer tried to make a utopian city and couldn't. And he's been marred by scandal and like cult accusations for so long that his membership has dwindled to the point that now he recruits from literally homeless people. Like that is what he's actually doing.
He tried to make a utopian city and settled for a homeless flop house?
Yes. Because he cannot get people to join his black revolutionary group anymore. He made a homeless shelter. So if you want to eat, you have to be part of my revolution.
Uhuru,
That's what this whole thing is.
Who wants to change the world? I got soup.
They're always going to try to shut it down. And so this is why we're here, because...
This was always some weirdo LARP shit anyways. But now it's nice to know that it's some weirdo LARP homeless shit.
Yeah, it's like a super fucking grift now. The whole thing is so weird. So I guess, like, I don't know. Should we do the punchline now? Like, what actually happened at the end?
I
sure.
am all for the punchline if it's more of this Gazi. We saw the one fucking shirtless dude. That was a nice little chop. But everything else has just been officer. You sure you can't just suck it a little bit? Not doing anything.
It's basically a lot like that. Yeah, it's. I don't think it goes much more than that. There's like at one point he does kind of like start ranting a little bit about he might get murdered by the cops, and this is his like Malcolm X moment or some shit like that. But it's pretty brief. So they got everybody out of the house except for one. The SWAT team did breach. They got into the house, and it turns out that there was a body in there of somebody who blew their brains out.
Oh fuck!
And it was Yes. And it was apparently, this is what I've been able to piece together, but I might be wrong. Story's still evolving, and I'm watching Gazi's page and like all the news articles like while we're live. But what it seems like happened was he took in a homeless guy. The homeless guy had some really bad problems that Gazi wasn't equipped. Go fucking figure. He's not licensed to run a fucking house for that kind of shit.
Right.
He had some sort of mental break or something. They were going to kick him out. The dude called the cops and claimed that he was being kidnapped by people with bombs and guns. And so the cops came, and so everybody had to leave the house. And while they were all out of the house for like, I think 2 or 3 hours, the dude committed suicide.
That's some crazy stuff.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's something else. Yeah, he's recruiting from a population that's known for having a lot of mentally ill people in it.
It's ran by a mentally ill person, so it makes sense.
He's trying to run a group home basically when he doesn't have the qualifications to do that.
He doesn't know how to give these people fucking support, how to make sure that they're going to be actually feeling in a safe place.
I wouldn't trust him to initiate a group hug.
Yeah.
What?
Who y'all, sweet boy?
But I'm saying it right now. Like, look, allegedly, this is all just simply a case of mental instability. But I'm saying my theory. So Gazi can't sue me. My theory is that Gazi irresponsibly started a flop house for homeless people because nobody else wanted to be part of his dog shit Black Hammer kind of garbage. Somebody came in who had a real fucking problem. Gazi promised that he would take care of him, even though he couldn't. And then when this guy became too much of a fucking problem, Gazi tried to throw him out, and that guy had a mental health break. I think Gazi Kodzo killed somebody. I think he's fucking responsible. Fuck him. I think Gazi Kodzo finally actually killed somebody.
Whether or not he's responsible, I don't want to give him this kill. From the streets, I don't want him to be allowed a teardrop tattoo off this one.
What if he gets a teardrop tattoo just off the tip of his dick?
A cum drop tattoo?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That could work.
That's how many people you've fucked over to killing themselves.
Uhuru, y'all. This is blue cheese dripping off the tip of my Peter. You got a lot of murder girls, you know?
Yeah, I got a few.
I see some ladies tonight that should be taking my home.
This shit got fucking dark, man.
That's
wild. It's wild. Just stick to the Joker makeup, buddy.
So let's check out Baked Alaska. I saw this funny clip, by the way, that I'm going to play really quick.
I'm a Fed.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
I'm a Fed.
Are you sure? One more time.
I'm a Fed.
Yeah. No, I think I knew that already.
Is he going to put on a Viking helmet and call himself Eric the Fed?
Had a call from my attorney today. Not the best news. Basically,
he should not be talking about this.
No.
He should be saying nothing about this publicly.
I'm glad he is, though.
I mean, it is what it is. But basically, like I said, I'm saying this all respectfully. Not saying anything bad about my judge. I'm just saying he did a sentencing today. He basically called January 6th Patriots domestic terrorists, quoted George Bush, etc. Like I said, I respect the judge. I respect the process.
When you have to say, I respect the judge, I'm like, what's coming next?
Yeah, dude. I gotta fucking know. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But it's not the best position to be in. You know, it's not. It's coming off as activism here, to be frank. It's coming off as.
What was you going into the Capitol building? Was that activism or no? No, it was terrorism. My bad. Sorry to confuse the two.
Ever since he joined America First, he's starting to lisp a lot. Have you noticed that?
He picked up on it from Nick.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird.
It's the curl of your lips around a cock that gives you that lisp.
I was thinking maybe like all of the right winger cum is dissolving the upper part of your palate or something. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, a lot
they
of
have cum-induced cleft palates now.
Of left-wing activism, which is not the best situation to be in. And you randomly get assigned a judge. But I am in God's hands. He still said he believes it's still best that I take the plea deal.
So his lawyer's like, take the plea deal. I can't even believe it's up in the air about whether or not he'll take it.
So, you know, it's just a tough situation. You know, like I said, it's probably going to be jail time. Probably going to be a few months. I don't know. It's in God's hands. All we can do is pray at this point. So that's coming up not tomorrow. Okay, so a week from tomorrow, I'll be entering my plea deal. That's the plan. July 22nd. So put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar, please. And the other thing is, it's hard for me, like, I guess emotionally a little bit, just because, you know, it doesn't, look, I'm a human being. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, it doesn't affect me, you know, when people are like, ha ha, Bake's going to prison. Yeah, it doesn't feel very good That's not a very nice thing to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, Baked Alaska. I didn't mean to laugh at you when you went to prison. It's just so funny. The idea of you going to prison is just so funny.
It is pretty funny.
It's not. I'm just human. I can't help but laugh at somebody who does something ridiculously stupid, and I find it funny. So I understand why you would be hurt just as a human, because just as a human, that's why I laugh at you.
So it's like I never thought I'd be in this position for literally streaming a historical event when this is when this is my full-time job. But guys, we're gonna get through.
Maybe if you didn't pick up the phone and try and call Nancy Pelosi's or Trump from Nancy Pelosi's office, maybe you wouldn't have been a part of history. That made you part of the crime.
He could have filmed it from the outside.
He could have filmed it from the inside and maybe had a case that he was just documenting the crime. And so like, look, guys, I just came in to document this moment. I have this camera, Your Honor. I want to give all the evidence. I want to cooperate. No. He wanted to be fucking a little dickhead. And he is.
He can't control himself. Yeah, he can't fucking control himself. Like all of this is a byproduct of his own poor impulse control, and because he's a fucking moron. It's as simple as that. I think you're right. I really think there are probably some people that are probably going to beat the rap for January 6th because they didn't do anything. They just were there and live streamed it. I think that could be like a legitimate case. It's still kind of weird and
I think if you cooperated and had evidence and turned over the video evidence, you say, yeah, I know I shouldn't have been in there, but at the time I felt like it was my duty as a citizen to document this action.
Well, what did the shaman guy do other than wear a stupid outfit when he went in there?
He went into the main room and took pictures and was places where he shouldn't have been.
I mean, is the main room that much different than like the other places that they weren't supposed to be?
Well, here's the thing. He didn't go in with intent to document any of it, right? He went in to weirdo conquer and stand on things and hey, this is where I am.
No one can argue Baked Alaska is documenting it. He goes around and provokes people in public and then pepper sprays them when they come after him.
Yeah.
Like he's not a journalist.
Not at all.
He wasn't there trying to like document it. He was there to cause issues.
He picked up the phone, tried to call Donald Trump from Pelosi's office. He was causing trouble.
Yeah.
He was stirring shit up in a place he shouldn't have been. He was perpetuating the attack.
Well, and the MAGA shaman too, or the QAnon shaman. Not only did he go and he sat up at like the head, like at the speaker's fucking chair and shit, which is pretty fucking disrespectful. But like, there's footage of like when they go in there, there's a security guard, and the security guard is like, guys, like, if you're gonna be in here, all I want is for you to be respectful. Like this is considered like sacred ground. Like this is for and I don't really necessarily share that vibe or that feeling. Like a government house should be necessarily sacred. I think there's a lot of troubling things with that. But just the fact of like breaching into the main chambers can be seen as something like you can't say you're just there, documenting things if you're willing to like penetrate straight into the fucking heart of democracy. Like I think that's more. I think you can make that argument. It would be pretty solid.
Knowing the type of person I am, I would have never been in that place probably. Maybe I would have gone in there just for like the lulz at the height of like my jackass style fucking days where I was doing the dumbest shit. I might have been in there. But the second I hear a guy tell me this is sacred ground, I'm whipping my dick out and I'm pissing all over it. That's just me. And I'm not a January 6th guy. I'm not there for that. I'd be there for I'd be there to turn that fucking thing into a stage. I'm like, okay, we're going to go into the Capitol building. I'm going right into it. I'm going to start fucking with these people. I'm going to be doing like some Eric Andre shit with these goofballs. That would be my mindset. And I might end up being in a place like that. My intentions wouldn't be to insurrect, but I could find myself being in there. Like if me and Joe were together, we'd definitely be in that fucking January 6th doing dumb shit. But if someone tells me it's sacred ground, I'm like, oh, fuck you. I'm pissing all over this place now. Fuck your sacred ground. But that's because I don't respect anything or anyone.
It's because you're an edgy online atheist.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know what I'd do, honestly. I have no fucking clue. I was gonna say like if I ended up accidentally like going with the flow and suddenly I'm in the Capitol and shit, like maybe I don't know, want to be able to brag that I did coke in a congressman's bathroom or something. But like I don't think that would be hard to do without causing an insurrection. I think that'd be pretty easy to work out.
It'd be way cooler if like you were invited to the White House with Joe Biden and you had Hunter Biden sneak the coke in for you.
That'd be great.
Through
Dude,
this,
yeah, I
I
want to
can't do
party
this
with Hunter.
without God.
I
Hold
would
on, hold on.
party
Let's
with
finish
Hunter, but I don't want to.
Let's finish this video. Let's get through it really quick.
Okay.
You guys supporting me and just having my back, whether it's super chats or prayers or words of encouragement in the chat.
Notice how the super chats take precedence over the prayers because he knows the prayers don't work.
Yeah.
Well, the super chats are more powerful than prayers. It's prayers plus money.
Everybody knows that even the big mega churches, they want the money and then the prayer.
That really gets me through the day. Like, I just want you guys to know the impact you have on me, and I hope I have that same impact on you. I try to encourage you, and I know you guys encourage me. So when all the Seethers come out next Friday, ha ha ha, Baked is going to jail, ha ha ha. I just want us to be in prayer and to speak a lot of truth. I want us to be ready for that day next Friday, not tomorrow, the following Friday, because all of our enemies are going to be trying to dunk on me and celebrate. And I just want us to remember the truth that, and seriously, honestly tell them, be like, I want to expose what these people are doing because it's really evil and demonic.
I need you to rain emojis in the chat when people come to tell me I'm going to jail because I can't handle the truth. Could you please just clog the chat with emojis so I don't read their stuff and I just see your little stupid Groiper memes? Please.
I want us to just say, you know what? If you're celebrating a January 6th defendant rotting in jail by the hands of the globo homo American empire, then fine.
Boy.
Go ahead, bro.
Woo.
That is on your conscience.
That's on your conscience. These people here, they never once spit in the face of George Floyd. They never once said one bad thing about George Floyd. So why should we say bad things about them?
I'll be right back.
This is fucking wild, man. And the thing is too, so, I mean, I've known about Baked Alaska for a long time. Like, I've told you before that I met him, right?
Yeah.
You knew that, right? Yeah. He was he's doing camera work for one of Milo's tours. I want to say 2017, maybe something like that. It was the time that Milo came to the University of Oregon, and I ended up having dinner with him, which is really strange. But what was even more weird was, so Baked Alaska was there in the crowd handling all the gear and recording for Milo, but they didn't let Baked Alaska go to dinner. He was not invited.
Yeah.
Not at all.
He's a total dweeb. I don't know if anybody has respected him until he landed in the bottom of the entertainment industry where nobody down there was respected. So they just kind of bro it out. They're like, hey, America first, even though we're the last fucking Americans anybody would ever want to be around.
Right. I think that's pretty important to note, too, is like, well, so it's interesting. So America First and that whole crew is quite literally the fucking bottom. This is the chemical sewer of entertainment and political punditry. It's fucking disgusting. Anybody who's involved with it is officially at rock fucking bottom.
Have you seen Anthony Cumia talk about it from Opie and Anthony?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, he is the biggest fan of Cozy TV, Nick Fuentes, and Beardson. It's
oh my God,
it's so sad. He does a show with Gavin McInnes, and they just sit there and talk about how funny and cool Nick Fuentes and Beardson is. And you're like, this is what every Proud Boy fucking went out and used his toxic masculinity to fight for.
Like, see, that's depressing because, like, obviously I've never liked Anthony Cumia. I really haven't. But at the same time, all he had to do was just not be involved with these people, and he would actually be one step up on the ladder from them. But he's like, nah, that's where an audience is. And that's the thing, is like, this is the chemical sewer.
Chummy brummy
but there's
Come
Oh,
chummy
yummy.
wum. Come chummy
Come
brummy
chummy
wum.
brummy wum.
Boop, boop.
But there's so many people at that bottom now that it's a huge fan base, and they're all trying to tap into effectively the worst of American society. And in that way, you could even say that Milo, as disgusting and fucked up as Milo is at least one level above America First.
Did you see Milo when he was doing the stream with Beardson?
I haven't seen that, no.
Oh, it was great. Beardson was sitting here trying to convince Milo that Pokemon was like art.
Oh no! Yes, I did see that. Yeah. No, that was a while ago. Yeah, that was a while ago. Milo doesn't fucking like those kids anymore, though. Like now Milo is trying to build up his credibility again by working with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and he's having trouble because, like, did you guys see that video that Lauren Southern put out?
Yeah, I saw like half of it. It was really long.
I haven't seen it. I don't know what the context is, but
it's super. It's 3 hours of Lauren Southern basically being like, everybody who ever talked bad about me is actually the bad guy, guys, and like I never did anything wrong, and it's totally fine. And I'm based in red pill still.
Milo,
so still
they say Milo was a crook that stole money from a bunch of people.
He is.
Here's Baked Alaska. I guess getting a gun pulled on him.
What?
Oh,
everything good? Tony,
Fucking amazing.
Hey guys, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, we're okay.
It's a bad idea. What you're doing is, I love you guys. Thank you.
What do you mean? No, we're worried. We're just worried about you. Are you okay?
We're in Hollywood.
We heard you screaming.
We don't start blasting y'all niggas, man. Just calm it down.
No. We're just. Hey, okay. Hey, okay, chill. Okay. Hey, we were making sure you're okay. Sorry. Hey, love you too. Take care.
Weird.
So
Take care.
He took off pretty quick.
Take care.
Yeah.
Oh, did that dude pull a gun out?
Yep.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think he turned the camera the second he saw that it was about to happen.
Oh yeah. Yoba Yang Gang starts fucking trying to hassle some dude, and the dude just fucking whips out a piece like it's a bad idea.
Everything good?
Get the fuck out of here.
Let's see.
Yeah, we're okay.
It's a bad idea.
I'll be honest with you. This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, we're worried. We're just worried about you. Are you okay?
We're in Hollywood.
We heard you screaming.
We don't start blasting y'all niggas, man. Just calm it down.
No. We're just. Hey, okay.
Huh?
Hey, okay, chill. Okay. Hey, we were making sure you're okay. Sorry. Hey, love you too. Take care.
Good times.
Take care.
Why didn't you pull out the pepper spray?
Yeah.
Fight fire with pepper.
Fill up the barrel with pepper spray, man. Oh, and he starts running. That's fucking great.
He's such a little wuss. He is a weasel. He's like everything Bobby Heenan wanted you to think he was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the thing is, like, and this is a testament to how great and how shitty the internet is. And I love the internet. It's amazing. It's great. But the internet kind of is like this grand equalizer, but it's also a grand getaway vehicle. So, like, without the internet, we wouldn't have people like Baked Alaska or Nick Fuentes. We wouldn't, because they wouldn't have an ability to be like, we need to take women back to the Stone Age.
Right.
In totally free of repercussions. They'd have to say it in public, and then they'd get their fucking asses beat, like, very quickly. Very, very quickly. People would beat the shit out of them.
But before the internet, men would just beat up women all the time.
Well, yeah, and that sucks too. Yeah.
Then the internet
there's
came
good
about,
parts and there's
and you
bad
couldn't
parts.
beat up women anymore because the internet would expose you.
No, they still beat up women.
They try, yeah. Hollywood took over, and now women beat up all the guys. Have you seen a Hollywood movie?
So it looks like Baked Alaska and Ralph are doing streams together. Like they have a show now.
They are. Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
Phoenix Jones.
It's pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah. You ever watch these videos?
It's just this and like nothing of value, basically at all. throughout the entire
Nothing of value.
It's just
Nothing
like
of
a reaction.
value.
It's like a soundboard.
Ethan
like a
Ralph
human
brings
soundboard.
you nothing of value.
Big dodo, you know, like that's all. Some days it's just hard to see the light.
All right.
Oh, he's got his own bat.
It is a
Cute.
good intro.
That's pretty funny.
Good
That is
intro.
pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Ace. Okay. Is that the point?
He is so trashed, too. Like, he is medicatedly trashed.
Punchline, like, because
Why? Because Alice sucked your dick?
yeah, it doesn't even matter. You can't catch AIDS for sucking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
That was a Freudian slip.
He's so much more articulate when he's not that drunk. He was trying to say something he would have said sober, but his drunk mind wouldn't let him.
It's retarded. Let me say.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Joey Joe sent $5. Lamau, I saw Medicare's retarded tweet about you having AIDS going directly.
Right?
This is the same nigga whining that he will literally die if he touches grass.
Dude, I saw.
Ralphomaniac / New Yoba Order Alliance, what a timeline.
Thank you for saying that because I saw that and I was like, how is this even funny? Like, it's just some dumb shit he made up. Like,
AIDS, by the way.
These are two guys that are entertainers and have a crowd base. But this clip, when he was talking about having the entire internet come to troll him when he gets sentenced this Friday, how he needs his chat to support him and bring him through because the trolls couldn't handle it. And now Ethan Ralph is over here saying, "Thank you, chat, for telling me that somebody else is a piece of shit, so you can suck my dick because I'm so they're so fucking fragile."
Yeah.
I know, dude. I know. Like, I still don't. And the thing that bothers me the most about the fucking Ethan Ralph thing is he's been doing this for years. He knows the rules. He knows the fucking rules. It's very, very fucking simple. You get in too much fucking hot water and you just shut the fuck up. You pivot back and you find something else for your audience to focus on. And you don't just drag yourself. What is it? What is the name of the dude? Was it Dragon Lord? Was it Dragon Lord? Was that like German guy who just kept like fucking with the trolls until eventually they were like coming by his house every night and fucking with him?
DSP?
No, it was like this other guy. I think it was Dragon Lord. Somebody in the chat probably knows. And Draken Lord. Yeah, it was Draken Lord. Yeah. And don't fucking do that shit. Do not challenge the internet to a fucking fight. When it is that big, shrink it back down, find something else for your audience to focus on, and do fucking that. But Ralph is so up his own ass, he can't fucking follow the rules. He knows the rules, he can't help himself. It's wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah, Ace. Okay. Is that the punchline? Like, because
Alice sucked your dick.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. You can't catch AIDS for sucking.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because you can't catch AIDS from sucking dick.
Oops.
Anyway.
Thank God.
It's retarded. Let me say.
Yeah. A lot of fan fiction coming out, but.
Yo, there we go.
Black Swan sent $15. I'm in the same boat as Ralph.
Thank you.
I first heard about Yoba during the blood sports era.
There we go.
Didn't have a high opinion of Baked until I met him at Nick's event in Miami.
There we go.
You know what?
We've been friends ever since.
You know what?
Love you guys and keep up the great work.
Mute that for a sec.
Yeah.
Mute that for a sec because I was the same way. Like we talked and you were good to me. Like there was no reason, but also like. You know, Redrick out of jail, Medicare's like, fuck this guy and making it a big thing. But when you actually get to talk to you, not only are you better than most people, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just
I think.
Not only are you better than most people, but you actually treat me like I'm not a piece of shit because you yourself are such a piece of shit. We're bottom feeders. And that's why you're better than everybody because you accept me for the loser I am because of the loser you are.
Baked is so fucking uncomfortable with this whole interaction. It's amazing. He's just trying to like keep the fucking thing going, you know? Like, let's just get off this fucking
He
thing.
has no right to be uncomfortable though. This is his level of he doesn't deserve a sober Ethan Ralph as his co-host. He deserves
he really
drunk
doesn't.
Ethan Ralph. He gets what he deserves. This is everything he deserves. And every person who donates to him is just lower than him, and that's what's crazy. Like he is at the bottom rung of entertainment, and there's still so many little nutsuckers out there who will follow, donate, be like, this guy's cool. This guy, I can look up to this fucking dweeb. I'm all about that yoba.
That sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Absolute legend. I would say, I would say the whole thing of, and of course, I feel like me and you were pitted against each other for no real reason other than, Jim Medicare wanted to get a kick out of his evening, right?
Maybe he didn't want this matchup. He didn't want us to unite.
Maybe that was it.
Crazy energy.
Maybe he knew if you and I got together, he'd want to die from cancer.
He said it's the crazy energy. Maybe Medicare just knew they'd have this crazy energy, and he was trying to sabotage that.
Look, but you look at it and it's like nobody did anything wrong, really, or anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't do anything to you.
Right? No, you didn't either, right? Like it's both sides. Like it's just like, oh, this is this guy who wanted to set people against each other. Yeah. When if just think about if that had turned out a different way, quite honestly, right?
No, it could have been terrible.
Yeah, but it could have been beautiful too, though, right? Like it's like I don't know. I just feel like this guy's a faggot who's afraid of his own footprint online. He's afraid of his own personality.
It could have been beautiful.
He's afraid of his own fucking face. Yeah. And again, I understand that, right? It is a different thing to be live. Online, but it's like this guy's a fucking faggot. Like I don't know
how great was it that Ethan Ralph was so hard off for Medicare.
Yeah, that was his hero.
He got on a stream with Mundane Matt to try and talk to Medicare, and any shine he ever got off of the Mundane Matt Boulder days was destroyed
in that stream.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely fucking destroyed. Well, Matt, the thing is, Matt learned the fucking rules, man. He learned the fucking rules. Take your fucking hits, figure out a way to make it a joke, get on the fucking grind, and wait. Because eventually, whoever it is that tries to take the shit out of you is going to end up embarrassing themselves, too. It's as simple as that.
I enjoyed tonight with you, and I hope you enjoyed it, too. Yeah. And so I won't take
I had a good play date. Maybe we can arrange something with our moms for next week.
Yet the way he sat on the ground when he was getting punched in the head with his legs like straight out, like it almost looked like he had diaper going on.
Yeah. While we watched that, I just had the Rugrats intro music playing in my head the whole time. I thought someone was gonna hand him a Reptar bar.
Too much time. I hope people had fun, and I'm gonna keep doing the kill stream and sunrise and all that. So
I'm just like, no, thank you again. Like, and I'll say this to you while you're still on camera. It's like, I'm really glad we fucking did this because I know a lot of people didn't want this to happen. A lot of people said it could never be done.
A lot of people said, it could never be done. That two fucking losers couldn't get on a loser camera together. Happens all the fucking time. It's the internet. It's a webcam, dude. People go into Discord calls and have stupid conversations like this with a click of a button.
It's like the felony podcast too. They're both like they both have like criminal rap sheets.
I like Ethan Ralph more than I like Baked Alaska, but I couldn't tell you who the better person was. I fucking hate Baked Alaska. I hate him.
Look. No, there's a really clear delineation you can make here between Baked and Ralph. Baked is a fucking dumbass. He is a stupid person. He is the cause of his being terrible is directly correlated to the fact that he is stupid and does not actually know any better. Ethan, for every terrible fucking awful thing that he has done, is not a stupid person, but he is a narcissist, and he is vile, and he has no self-control if he thinks that he's being slighted. It is totally a personality conflict, not an intellectual one. Yeah. He's very sensitive, but it's all a personality conflict. It's not a mental one, whereas Baked is stupid. Ethan is a bad person.
Yeah, I like bad people though.
Human being.
I like bad people.
Nah, I know you do. You totally do. But that's what I'm saying.
Because here's the thing: the baddest person in the world ain't shit to me. I'll just sit and watch you burn. I like that. I don't mind. Like you put me in a room with a bad person, they ain't gonna get me. And if they do, I'll good job, bad person. I'm surprised you had it in you. Fuck off.
Sure.
I'll swim with sharks every day of the week. I think it's fun.
I think that Ethan legitimately has the capacity to hurt way more fucking people than Baked does. Baked is really the person that is at most risk of being fucked over by Baked is Baked. But by Ethan Ralph, it's anybody who who pisses him off enough that he's going to pay attention to.
So I set up a poll: who is worse, Ralph or Baked? Jeff, so you've kind of made your case already, but do you have anything to add? And then I'll let Billy make his case as to why he thinks Baked is worse. Right? That's your position, right?
I think Baked is worse, but I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't really
opinion.
mind either. I don't mind either of them being worse than the other.
Right.
So it's like like I said, I dislike Baked more than Ralph. Right? I've enjoyed Ethan Ralph's content on occasion. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I looked at Baked Alaska and didn't think anything other than this guy's a fucking try-hard loser.
Well, he does do cringe rap for one thing,
which is terrible.
Yeah.
And Ethan Ralph's raps are actually impressive.
But that's not him doing it.
But
that's good editing.
That's impressive though.
He could make Baked Alaska into a good rapper too.
Yeah, but I Baked Alaska has tried on his own, which has ruined the magic.
I'll put it this way. I've never heard of Baked Alaska doxing anybody, but I
have
know that.
You have? I'm pretty sure Baked Alaska was. There was something going on with Baked Alaska during the election where he was like.
He wasn't doxing people, but he was committing election fraud allegedly. He was.
Oh, that makes it interesting. I don't know, man. He was
texting people. Telling, he sent out a weird fraudulent text being like, you can now vote by text. And he got a hold of phone numbers of registered Democrats and tried to trick them into thinking they didn't need to go to the polls to vote in Arizona.
Oh,
and doxing is fucking shit. Doxing's a terrible thing to do. But Baked Alaska was going out pepper spraying homeless people for content.
That's pretty
fucked.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Oh man, I mean, my gut makes me want to say that I think Ralph is still worse, but now I'm having to revise it because I don't think that Baked is.
There's the revenge porn, though.
Yeah, and the revenge porn, as far as a crime goes, the revenge porn is. There were more victims, I think, in the revenge porn. Well, I don't know. People died at January 6th, but not by the hands of
Baked Alaska. Yeah, there was no assault.
So I feel like the revenge porn had more direct victims from Ethan Ralph than.
What about Ethan Ralph's kid? You know,
he'd made porn of the kid.
No, but he released revenge porn of him and his kid's mom.
It's pretty
that
bad.
sucks. I feel like there's more victims there with that than there was with Baked Alaska's involvement in January 6th. But the January 6th stuff was, I don't know, it was goofy as fuck, dumb, embarrassing.
It's tough. Yeah,
Ethan Ralph's revenge porn thing was vindictive and mean and dumb. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick to my guns, and like some people have said, I really think it's legitimately a case of maliciousness versus being a complete fucking moron. I really think it is, and I think Ethan is legitimately an evil human being. I think he's an evil, fucked up, twisted human being, whereas Baked is just a dumb motherfucker. Because only a dumb motherfucker could be like, I'm gonna do widespread voter fraud, YOLO, haha, I'll get away with it, and not realize that's
he
not
also
actually gonna...
he also has tried to shift sides a couple times.
So did Milo.
He tried to jump on Yang for a little while, and he
Yang
also
gang.
He also did the when the New Zealand shooting happened, he was like, "Oh man, the alt-right has gone too far." He made a video saying that.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he bounced back when he realized he was going to lose a bunch of viewers if he did that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, his Yang Gang video is quite. Every time I think of cringe raps, like when you guys used to do the cringe raps for Billy, the one I always think of is the Yang Gang video. By
That was
Frank
really
Alaska.
bad. Maybe that's why I hate him more than anything, because of how terrible his stupid shithead raps were.
Dude, that's valid. That's totally. You were totally valid in that feeling.
He made Louis Theroux sit there and watch his rap videos with him.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Louis Theroux
Yes, he did.
is a cringe rapper as well.
Is he?
My money
He's
don't
better,
jiggle
though.
jiggle, it folds.
We pulled it off. You came to take.
Also, I just saw this from that Kinocopter faggot. He's talking about my ring.
He always he's so like shallow and easily offended. People troll him like, "Oh, your ring is fake." So now he has to like prove how real his like gold ring is that he wears.
Yeah, who cares if it's fake anyways?
Yeah,
it's on your fucking hand, not theirs. Let them think what they want to think.
Shit? Oh my god, just fucking shut up. Oh my god.
Which
You
I
put
didn't
the
bring with
petty
me.
in petty file, my
And he did
friend.
point out that it broke out my finger. Now he says this is because that the metal's cheap or whatever. It's gold and diamonds. The reason it breaks out my ring is because, and I've talked about this on the show before, I'm actually allergic to metal, all metal. So if I have,
He's allergic to metal. Yeah.
I break out in hives if I have any metal touch my skin. Fuck, dude. Come on. You fucking kidding me?
have metal on me too long, it'll break out my skin.
No.
It's kind of a weird allergy.
So him and Baked Alaska both wear these like ski glasses now. I don't.
Yeah,
it's
Pit
pretty
Vipers,
weird.
They have a sponsorship probably, or I don't know if they have a sponsorship.
No. So if I'm not mistaken, Pit Viper, if I'm not mistaken, this is the company. Yes. Okay, so Pit Viper is this company that made these fucking glasses, right? Nick Fuentes fell in love with these, and he was like, hey, White Boy Summer, which is last year, we're all going to fucking love these Pit Viper glasses. We're all going to fucking buy them. And then the company that makes Pit Viper came out and was like, fuck you. We don't fucking like you.
Nice.
We don't like the alt-right. Kiss our fucking asses. And so Nick and the rest of them were like, well, now we're just going to wear them all the time, so it's going to be 100% tied to your brand. And that's, they just decided to jump onto it, and when they didn't like it, to make it even more of a meme. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed that it was a sponsorship deal. So maybe they were right to stand out against them.
People in the chat are mentioning this correctly, that this whole like I'm allergic to metal weird narrative that he's trying to build, it does sound like a Brett Keane excuse to explain some kind of weird behavior that Brett Keane does. Brett Keane like will create this lie about whatever, like the agoraphobia thing or whatever, and that Ralph and Brett Keane have a lot of similarities.
Get you some Put Vipers. This podcast is obscure or alt-right enough.
True.
Gee, but yeah, I've been allergic to metal my whole life. Now, if it's really good, quality, it'll take I can leave it on for the whole day and it won't.
That's why he needs just the best quality.
The best quality.
He needs platinum.
Fuck it up. But the reason it broke me out is because when I was in DC, I didn't want to take it off because Corinne was there with me, quite honestly, and I didn't want to have it off my finger. I didn't want to have it off my finger at any point in time, so I left it on my hand for like 3 or 4 days straight, and it broke out my finger. So, how does that work? It just irritates my skin. Metal, it'll like leave like a mark, like a red mark. Just kind of breaks me out. So,
breaks me out.
He's allergic to metal. Did you know that? He's allergic to metal.
He's the alpha Ralpha.
He's allergic to metal.
The Ralpha male. Metal is not conducive to a Ralpha male lifestyle.
Trust no bitch. Yeah, dude, that ring's worth like $15,000. By the way, Keno.
The ring is worth $15,000
or something.
Kinocopter
or
doesn't seem to
something.
15,000 pesos is what he meant.
think that they're going to
gotcha.
care when I send that certified letter to his employer. Well, you know what? I guess we'll find out. I'm thinking they are actually harassing a young mother at his place of work. They're definitely going to have a talking to him. I guarantee you that. So we'll see. I'm sure he's not too. He doesn't think it's funny right now. I bet you.
He always tries to get people in trouble, like at their actual jobs and shit, or like where they go to school. If they cross him, it's like he'll go as low as he needs to.
It's just such a shitty, gross existence, man. It really is. It's so fucking vile. I don't know, man. I can't for the life of me. I cannot for the life of me imagine a life where I'm so fucking terminally online, I'm so fucking bored that I sit there and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, that motherfucker I've never met and said things on the internet that made me feel bad about myself. I'm gonna ruin their fucking life. Like, what the fuck? Really? Like, really? Like, I've legitimately gone after people online because they were scam artists, they were hurting people, they were stealing people's money. Things like that. Never in the life of my entire existence on the internet could I think that somebody who just said bad, mean things about me, I'm like, I'm going to go fuck up their life. Like, it's the fucking internet, man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just leave it alone. It's so gross.
I bet you he's not laughing. He doesn't think this was a good experiment today. I promise you.
Parade at the parade.
So one way or the other, maybe he doesn't get fired. Who knows? But I guarantee you, he's not smiling today about this whole situation.
I guarantee you, he's not smiling
about this whole situation. What they're trying to
As far as the disguise went,
is he the Mogotee?
The Mogotee. That's good. Yeah, someone needs to.
Mogotee.
Yeah.
We have the Shanity, the manatee, the G manatee,
the G manatee,
the Mogotee now.
to conceal himself.
Oh, and he's just some fucking, random there. He doesn't have an office. He's not anything. So actually, people like that, when they start to, have troubles that are not worth their pay grade, they suddenly find themselves out of a job.
Pictures of that you can offer? I mean, what do you look like? Potentially, I'll look into that and I'll have to
So
get
we'll
back.
see. We'll see, Keno faggot. But I definitely will be sending that letter. So I hope he posts it.
He's sending letters.
Who is he fucking with this one?
Signed, sealed,
Some
delivered.
person
up
that he's
yours.
mad at. I don't think it's anyone of any, like, I think it's like a nobody.
So, but are they like associated with like the Kino Casino or some shit like
Probably.
that?
I think that's why he said that.
You will
I guess
know.
so.
I am writing a letter. I'm putting it in the complaint
This
box.
is going to go on your permanent record.
I don't know, man. It's
I'm going to
fucking
hand
weird.
deliver that letter to Portugal.
Yeah. This is going to ruin your credit score.
That's why you should never join online movements, man. Seriously, you should never join online movements. Like, you get just caught up in somebody else's stupid ass bullshit, Like, I'm a big fan of the show, so I'm gonna get involved. Don't do that. Don't do that unless it's this show, because we're wonderful. It's fucking great. We're great. We're okay. Trust me.
Join our cult.
Keemstar was going to hook Ethan Ralph up with a pro fight where he was going to get paid a lot of money, like tens of thousands of dollars. And Ethan Ralph, the excuse he used, I mean, he's too lazy to work out and get in shape to box anyway, but they gave him an easy out because Keemstar was like, can you like lay off with all the N-words, because these are like legit people promoting these fights, and we can't have you like recently saying the N-word a whole bunch of times if they're going to promote it.
That was him supposed to fight Andy, right?
Yeah, but I think they could have got him on something else. Like Boogie challenged Ralph, which would be an amazing fight. That would
be a good fight.
Yeah, legitimately, I would rather see Ralph fight Boogie.
I think they're about the same size. I think Boogie might be a little taller. Yeah.
Boogie's probably like a couple inches taller than him. Boogie's not like the tallest guy in the fucking
He's like
world.
5'9" or something, right?
I think it's about. Yeah, I think it's about my height. I feel like we were kind of like at the same level, and Ralph is 5'1".
That's a meme.
He's I know, but he's shorter than that, and I think that would probably be a better matchup because Andy was like I think Andy's like 5'11", and he's kind of fit, and that's
He
not
is
a,
now.
that's not an entertaining fucking fight for anybody, for him to beat up Ralph. Like, that's nah, fuck that. But Ralph versus Boogie, fuck yeah, dude. No, I think that'd be great.
They'd be out of gas at the end of the first round.
Yeah, they probably have to do like 1 minute rounds with 3 minute breaks.
Oh my god, that'd be so boring.
I don't, dude. I'd watch it anyway. I don't give a shit.
We just have like a bunch of strippers come out during the 3 minute break and get the Nitro girls out of retirement.
Give them recliners in the corner.
Yeah.
Like,
dude.
to
Nah,
lounge
man.
in.
Fucking Boogie just goes fucking ham beast on this shit, and he uses chiclet teeth to just peels like strips off of Ethan Ralph's face.
He
and shit. It'd be
Mike
good.
Tyson's Ethan Ralph from across the ring by taking his teeth out and throwing them at his ear.
Nah, man, my money would absolutely be on Boogie.
Yeah,
I've
Boogie
met
would-
Boogie.
Boogie would fuck him
Boogie's an
up.
interesting fucking dude.
Boogie would fuck him up.
He'd fuck him up, yeah.
I have no idea. I would have to see footage of them training and see who looks better. To just out of like not Boogie, I like better easily. I'm just saying like who I think would win if I had to like pick. I'd have to see them like sparring or something, or like training.
I put it this way: it's like if they gave 6 months to train for the fight, I
Yeah.
can guarantee you 2 things. Number one, Boogie would actually train. I
He's
don't know
training
how
right
much-
now.
He would.
Is he training right now?
Yeah,
sure.
he's been
And
in
he
like we
would.
know he's been in talks with Keemstar. He might have been in talks with other people too. Like he's
Sure.
probably going to have some sort of a matchup or something here.
There's a lot of reasons to not like Boogie, but you can't deny that the fucking dude will really push himself if he is committed to it. Like he really fucking will. And you know, that's a whole ass thing. And the other thing I can promise is that Ethan would not. Ethan wouldn't do shit. He wouldn't do fucking anything. He'd do like 4 push-ups and be like, "Yeah, I'm getting cut." Sweet.
If you just play a
You know?
video of Boogie fucking up whatever food he's fucking up in a Francis video versus
Yeah, yeah.
Ethan Ralph in the Portugal fight in the street when he was tubbing
Yeah.
around, you can see the difference in athleticism.
I just don't know, like, I don't know how much stamina Boogie has. Like, if Ralph
More than
can
or enough,
tire him out,
enough. Boogie,
He'd have enough.
Boogie's
I
got
guarantee it.
Boogie's got fat guy strength where his lower body doesn't work as well because he's fucking fat, so his knees have given out, so he has to use a lot of weight to get like up with his arms and stuff.
That's why I'm thinking he doesn't have a lot of stamina in the ring.
But his arms, if he catches Ralph with one of these soup bones, it's going to be a fat guy cracker
Well,
smash.
His right looked good. His left looked non-existent in the one video that he posted. Where he was like hitting the bag, his right looked like he was hitting it kind of hard, but his left was like nothing.
Look, okay, I'm gonna talk total physics here. Okay. Boogie lands one fucking good.
He has to
hit
have a good
on Ralph.
stance. It can't just be like.
Yeah, but he can. I don't know if he can maintain it, but all he needs is one good hit because Ethan Ralph is shaped like a fucking booba. Okay, he's shaped like a fucking booba. And the moment you fucking get one good fucking clock on him, he's just going to spin around. The centrifugal force of the fucking gunt is going to wrap around him. It's going to choke him out, and he's going to drop like a sack of shit. I'm sorry. It's done. Boogie would totally take him out.
Yeah, Boogie's
You don't
got
know what a booba is. You need to go
I
look
would
up
like
what a
to see
booba
it.
is.
I'll reserve judgment.
And beyond that, Boogie wants to do the fight. Ralph is the one backing out.
Ralph won't do it.
Yeah. So that tells you a whole lot about the fight, anyways.
Yeah, I guess I'm making the assumption that they both would train. That's definitely.
But who would train with more endurance? I think you couldn't get Ralph to give up saying the N-word. Is he going to give up alcohol?
No, he'd probably be drunk at the fight.
Like we've seen Boogie
Yeah, no, he'd
drop
be
200
hollering.
pounds, right? We've seen Boogie drop 200 pounds. We
Yeah,
haven't
of
seen
course he
Ralph
could
do
But that
anything.
was with surgery, right?
He had to drop 100 and something pounds before he could have the surgery.
Okay.
Yep. He did. He fucking committed. He committed all the way up until then. You know, he had to get the surgery and shit like that.
There's tons of
Don't get me wrong.
evidence of Boogie surviving through
Right.
situations and enduring.
Right.
There's not a lot of evidence of Ralph doing
So-
anything other than self promotion.
Let's say Ralph backs out, who's the next most logical opponent for Boogie? Is it you, Billy?
No, it'll probably be Review Bra, the fast food guy that wears the suit.
That's a little guy.
Yeah, but he's got stamina. Let's do Review Bra versus
He weighs
Boogie.
like 100 pounds.
And they'll fight for a fast food.
I'm curious about this. Have you ever considered doing boxing? Because you've done wrestling for years.
Yeah, I actually recently have been thinking about doing it just as a way to get back into physical shape.
Yeah.
Because during COVID, I've been such a fat.
That's why you versus Boogie makes sense.
I'm way bigger than Boogie. Like, even without training
The
right
thing is
now, I
about
think I'd
that
fuck
one
him
good
up.
punch is that neither Boogie nor Ralph know when / what is the best window for that one good punch as it is.
So, like-
I feel like all of their punches will be attempted finishers.
So
and
in that
they'll
case,
come out.
then, like if we're pairing people up by weight, would you fight like a super tall muscle guy that weighs as much as you?
Like, heavyweight is anything over 250, right?
Is it?
Yeah, they don't go anything over the 250. I think it's 250 is
Let me see.
the breaking point for heavyweight. Like, there's super heavyweight, but that's
Yeah.
more of a carnival attraction title. Like, super heavyweight doesn't really exist in professional
Tyson
boxing.
Fury
Well,
weigh?
in boxing, heavyweight is anything over 200 pounds.
Is it over 200 pounds?
Yeah.
Mike
Okay.
Tyson used to be a heavyweight under 200 pounds. They must have changed it at some point.
I think you can.
Yeah.
I think you can fight above the heavyweight if you're under. I think you just can't fight under. Like, you can go, like, you can't have someone that's like 200 fight
So if
a lower weight.
if a
right?
120 pound person could win the heavyweight title, if they were good.
I think
enough.
they're allowed to. Yeah, I don't think the weight requirement for above what you are counts. But you would probably go into the lower weight class and dominate it, since you would fit in that class.
Tyson Fury is 265. He was fat at one point, though. He was like 350 when he came back.
Big guy.
He became like an alcoholic and gained a bunch of weight. And then when he came back into boxing, he had like a big fat stomach. And now all of a sudden he's fit again.
Boogie and I would just hug the entire match anyways, and maybe a little kiss.
You'd be in the clinch. You'd be clenching.
Well, we just be loving on each other.
You know what though? Like, seriously, if you did box, the clinch would help you out so well.
Yeah, I would want the clinch.
It's a rest hold.
I like rest holds.
Yeah.
I think my perfect opponent would be, and this obviously can't happen because, like, well, maybe it could happen, but not right now. 7 months pregnant Gila Klein.
Wow, you really are working for Keemstar.
That really shouldn't be that fucking funny to me. Oh my god.
It's funny.
But lot of body shots.
No, it's like I would fight anybody, right? Like you know who actually would be a great matchup, and I wouldn't be
with you,
not with me.
Why wouldn't you talk about who you would fight?
Because I was saying I would fight anybody, and then I went to the two people I was thinking of that I would fight that would be like high level YouTubers would be Harley from Epic Mealtime and Sam Hyde.
Okay,
but really they should just fight each other because
Sam Hyde is in good shape,
and Harley's in good shape.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with him.
He got
Harley's
trained
in
by
really
Sam
good shape,
Hyde for the happy, or not Happy Punch, for the Creator Clash. He trained under Sam Hyde for the Creator Clash, and he fought
Eric, didn't he?
He fought Aaron Hansen from the game. Was it Grumps?
Oh, I thought that was the dude who fought Internet Common Etiquette.
No, Eric fought. I don't remember who Eric fought now.
Since the heavyweight is over 200, it doesn't matter. I would say Boogie versus Billy. Introductory fight between Boogie versus Billy. You're dipping your toes in the water.
Nah, Boogie's got to fight somebody who he could beat.
So you're just saying like
we can root for Boogie.
He's not even in the same league as you, is what you're saying.
Look, all right,
Can we
he's
clip this?
older than me. He's older than me, and he's not as, even now that I'm fatting around, he's not as agile as I am.
Okay.
And
That's fair.
I'm taller. I have a reach.
I I wonder what his reach is, because shorter people can have long reaches sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure him and I both have pretty good reaches because our bodies have to reach over our bellies to jerk our cocks. But it's just I think he would admit too that like in a boxing match I'd have particular advantages, and it's the disadvantage of I don't want to hit Boogie. I want to tickle him and love him.
So if it came down to it, you wouldn't be able to do it.
I mean, I could. But I would probably toy around with it more than having a real match. I'd probably fuck around on some showman wrestling type shit during the match.
Well, even Mayweather, he'll take his time.
Yeah, I'd probably honestly just let Boogie fucking. I'd be like, come on, Boogie, first hit's free. And just let him fucking sock me and he'd knock me out. And I'd be like, oh, well, I shouldn't have done that.
I've thought about it for a really long time because like this YouTuber boxing thing is kind of interesting. I was like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to get into it. But like, number one, I don't think I'm even remotely relevant enough to be like on a card for any of that kind of shit anymore. And that's totally fine by me, by the way. But also number two, like anybody that I might get paired up with that I would want to hurt, I don't want to box them. I want to like jump them in an alleyway and break their legs. Like I don't know anybody that I would just be like, yeah, it'd be fun to like have a fun, actual physical combat fight with you, and it's not personal. I don't know anybody like that. I don't know. At least that's my size. Like most of my YouTuber friends are super short or they're YouTube. Like all the rest of my YouTuber friends are super short.
All my YouTuber friends are dead.
Oh, no, they're not.
Oh, okay. I would want to fight Jeffree Star.
I would fight JF Gariepi. That'd be fucking great.
That would be a great match. Actually, that would actually be a really good match because of the history.
I would super fucking do that. I would super fucking do that. I would yeah, because like most of the times I think of like people that I fucking despise on the internet. I wouldn't want to box them. I would want to hurt them because I fucking hate them.
I would watch Ethan Ralph versus Billy the Fringe Hell in a Cell match.
Or the goddamn Hell in a Cell.
But JF, I don't hate JF, but I would totally fucking box JF. That would be fucking great. That would be awesome.
Allah. Would you guys fight for the love of Mama JF, like a Elizabeth, a Miss Elizabeth storyline between Hogan and Savage?
I would. That would be my head canon. Okay. He has long since given up on Mama JF, but it would be the whole reason for me to be boxing JF is so I could impress her because I know she'd be watching and she'd be like, "Who is that sexy American man with the tattoos? I want to paint some graffiti in his honor."
Would you be her new kingy?
Fuck yeah, dude. As long as she's cool with being a unicorn, fucking whatever, man. I think Mama JF's pretty hot.
Is Mama JF long gone now?
Oh, yeah. She's been long gone for a while, man. Damn.
Yeah, we haven't checked in on JF recently. Is he up to anything?
I honestly, so the last time I looked at JF, he was revisiting a 2-year-old interview he gave, I think, to like CBS, which is called like The Extremist Next Door. And I watched it on stream. It is really fascinating. But then I was like, that was recorded 2.5 years ago. What the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck he's doing on his channel. But I guess, fair is fair. He seems to be doing really good on his channel. I don't know why. Because he's boring and he sucks.
Is he on a cooking channel now? Well, a lot of people are boring and they suck. And they watch people who are boring and suck.
That cooking video he did with Mama JF was amazing.
I heard he was a great cook.
I don't remember that.
They did a cooking video, and they made like a 10-course meal. It was crazy. Yeah, I think it was Christmas dinner or something. And he would he was doing like the voiceover about like how to make it and everything.
That's amazing.
You have to season it with Montreal steak seasoning,
That's fucking fantastic. Holy shit! I unironic. That's a thing though. Like a lot of the old school DP fans remember before we realized that JF was like literally a white supremacist and an ethnostater. Like he was pretty fucking cool.
And a guy that took advantage of low IQ women.
We didn't know, but we didn't know that.
I'm saying before this. You said before. I just figured we'd add that on to the white nationalist and everything else.
That's a good addition. You are 100%.
Gotta have that one in there too, right?
No, you are 100% correct on that one.
Were you on the night? I can't remember who was on the night that he let it slip that he was into women with very low IQs. I know Joe was on.
He was there.
Yeah, I think it was episode like before 400 or 400 maybe. It was one of those episodes. It was fucking. I died when he admitted to being into low IQ. Yeah, you fell out of your chair, right? Like
you had to get up and leave.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that episode of DP. We're in the waiting room before it starts, and he's like, "I do not know who this Jeff Holiday is, but I will destroy him in this debate." And I don't remember what we were debating. I don't remember.
No, I don't think there was. I don't think there was a debate planned.
No, there was.
Was there a debate planned?
Totally a debate. The first 20 minutes of it was me and JF screaming at each other, like just losing our shit. And then it started, got into, and OG Crew was there and everything. We started asking questions about JF, and that was when it was revealed that he was a potato fucker.
Yep.
And that it was a thing, like a whole ass thing. And I had the most whiplash moment of my fucking life, where I'm laughing so fucking hard, I'm falling out of my fucking chair, and I'm scrambling to get up and be like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. That sounds so fucked."
How you say the retard?
I was trying to be nice because it was terrible what he was saying, and I felt compassion for the guy, but it was so fucking ridiculous, and he's so racist, and I don't know. I was having the worst time ever. It was so crazy. That was a really fucking hard episode for me. I hope you understand that.
Everyone watching right now, if you haven't liked the stream, give the stream a like. Also, there's a link in the description for the IRL channel. I'll be doing more streams coming up here, helping us get closer to the goal. That's why the goal was already partially completed.
Hey, can we get some ones in the chat if both of these guys need to come do some in real life streaming with me? And I'm going to show them how fucking weird Oregon is, which includes publicly taking drugs. It's going to be great.
What's the best michelada in Eugene? You ever get micheladas?
Yeah. We got micheladas down here.
What's the best
for
one?
Sure. Mandy's makes a good one. Izakaya Meiji makes a good one. You can probably get a really good one.
Does it have shrimp in it or anything?
I think the Meiji one does, yeah.
Because I had my first michelada last week because I'm fucking weird and never thought I wanted tomato in drinks. And it came out with shrimp in it and all types of other stuff on it. And I immediately have been in love with them ever since.
They're fucking fantastic. We could go to the dunes. You could, in real life, live stream riding a 4x4, a quad.
See, here's the thing, Jeff Holiday.
What?
When you talk about these activities, and then I see you get injured consistently multiple times every year, I'm like, do I want to do these? Probably not.
When's the last time you got injured?
I won't take you where I get injured.
Just like a month ago, right? Didn't you get injured just like a month ago?
When's the last time you got injured?
No. Okay. I got injured a month ago by walking into my bedroom and having an old moment, and my ankle just went, and that was it. And then I was fucked for 3 weeks. But if you're talking about I won't take you where I got injured because I was off the beaten path. We'll do the tourist thing. Where it's safe.
No, take me to the beat off path.
I'll take you to the beat off path, young Wilfridge.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let's go.
Absolutely. I'll take you on my my Mad Max Doom mobile. We'll go off somewhere private and we'll masturbate in the dunes.
Last time I was in Eugene, Oregon. Jeff took me to these food trucks that were really good. That's why I asked Jeff about the micheladas because I know he knows his shit. I think that was the last time I was in there. Last time I was there, we might have went to that breakfast spot at 2 a.m. actually. I can never remember.
Was that the last time, or was the last time when you ended up having to like get a motel room there and we went swimming?
Yeah, I
Was
think
that
I think that night we went swimming was the last time I was there, and then we went to that little breakfast spot that was in the middle of the night at the little it was like a little greasy spoon.
Yeah. That was a great little spot. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had good times.
Good time. Billy has visited me like fucking 6 or 7 times now.
I think it was only the 2. I don't know, but maybe 6 or 7.
It was only 2.
I do drive through a lot, and I think about visiting you every time I drive through. But I also think about making good time to California. So I'm like, do I want to stop or do I want to just get to Cali?
Nah, it's totally fair. But after the 6 or 7, probably 8, maybe 12 times that you visited me, you know how many times Ben has ever visited me?
What, half that?
Never.
But Jeff, have you ever visited Ben in Seattle?
So many times, like 40 times.
40 times.
Like 40. Oh my god. Yeah, like 40 times.
40
it's been
times.
ridiculous. Oh yeah, I've flown there. I've taken trains there. Oh my god. I fucking sucked trucker dick all the way up the I-5 corridor just to be
I seen him
with Ben. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, I also want to go down to Portland again soon too. We can make it like
I don't live in Portland, Ben. I don't live in Portland. I go to Portland to meet you too, but
Yeah, you've been to Portland more times to see Ben than Ben's been to Eugene to see you.
That's true. That's true. It's true. Shit. Me and my date had to save Joe from a Mexican gang when we were all partying in Portland one time.
Yeah, I remember
that was fucking hilarious.
Passing out the steak knives.
Yep.
I was like, okay, guys, here's some steak knives, just in case it gets weird.
Just in case things get a little fucking crazy, take your steak knife.
Yeah.
Might get jumped by a pack of cholos. It might happen. It might happen. Joe really pissed them off.
Yeah, they were looking at his woman with wanting eyes.
Dude, everybody looks at Stevie with wanting eyes. She's gorgeous.
Ted Nugent compared himself to Rosa Parks. What? Yeah, check this out.
No way.
On the assembly line every day, I also have these wonderful things. The
crack pipes?
ticket flag.
Looks like a dildo.
A battle cry, middle finger on fire, and
Looks like the thing my dad used to smoke crack out of. A little welding burning tip thing.
And they're all autographed. If you want an autographed come and take it flag or an autographed I will not comply hat, what a beautiful statement.
You know what I'd like from you, Ted Nugent? An autographed death certificate.
I will not comply. I'm like Rosa Parks with a Glock. You tell me something stupid. You try to give me a stupid, immoral, nonsensical, arbitrary, capricious, punitive mandate mask puke. And I will not comply. If you want an autographed, I will not comply hat. If you're
I'm like Rosa Parks with a Glock. See all them bullets in that Glock? I'm gonna empty them all till I get to the back of the bust.
If you're a critical thinker, if you have a broiling urn of independence deep in your spirit, your gut, your instinct, then let people who give you immoral commands wear a mask. I don't think so. I will not comply.
I will not comply. I won't wear a mask. I won't change my diaper, my adult diaper.
I made a boo-boo.
I made a boo-boo.
So, you know what? Let's break into oddities because I got something to show you that I think.
Is he racist, Elmer Fudd? I could see that.
Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear.
Racist Elmer Fudd. Wascally Wabbit.
Wascally Wabbit.
So I know there's not a lot of wrestling fans out there, but I thought we'd react to this because it was recently announced that Ric Flair, who's 70 years old, is going to have his final match of his career coming up
again
at the at the end of this month. They just announced his opponent. It's Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, wow.
Double J Jeff Jarrett. And this promo video was really. It's $200 to get this pay-per-view that they're putting out.
I thought it was $100 last time we talked.
No, it's $200.
Has it been 200 for a while?
I don't know. It might have been one of those that gradually increased in being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's weird.
Look, he built that company
Weird.
with his own money. He should be able to embezzle. He should be able to pay any woman he assaults off with that company's money. There is no WWE without Vince McMahon and maybe Hulk Hogan.
All I'm gonna say is so I've gone through kind of a wrestling renaissance lately, where for the past few months, everybody's been telling me that there's kind of a rekindling of 90s, early aughts wrestling in AEW. And that's great because I just a couple of weeks ago, I tried to go and watch some SmackDown, and I was like, this is shit. This is garbage.
Yes.
This is boring shit. So if anybody out there has AEW watch parties and shit, invite me. I will watch it. I will if I'm not busy, I will fucking watch.
I've enjoyed some AEW.
Also, next DP meetup when.
That's something we need to figure out. I mean, with COVID causing issues, that's why we haven't had one. We were going to have one 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then COVID fucked us.
So
it's about time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's endemic now, and even though the pandemic is still going on, nobody gives a shit anymore. So
we should see if there's any restaurants that have wrestling rings in them. I thought there was one in Chicago.
Well, I don't want to go to Chicago.
Whoa, we have to go wherever we can get a wrestling ring in a venue so that Scott can wrestle against Joe.
Denver would be great. Denver would be dope because
Denver
it's
is a
cheap
good
as
place.
fuck for everybody to get to. It's super cheap to get a flight to, and it's very centrally located. I think Denver would be dope. Denver or Vegas or what's another centralized American city we could do it in?
Here's another idea.
I like what?
We could do it in Seattle so Ben and I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, how about that instead?
But the last one was in Seattle too, so if we do another one in Seattle, we have to do one outside of Seattle.
Let's do the Seattle one, and if it's wonderful and amazing, then we'll do another one somewhere else.
Where does Cobra JFS live?
Casper, Wyoming.
Casper, Wyoming.
I wonder if there's a good
Never
venue
mind.
we could rent out there.
Never mind.
Right.
Although if we did it in Denver, I bet we could get some kids to crowdfund a bus ticket to get Cobra.
I don't think he would take a bus.
He wouldn't do it.
Better than anything they are
Why not?
doing on WWE.
He doesn't like to be
especially
uncomfortable.
After what happened on Raw with the majority of the women's roster last night, and they wonder why Sasha and Naomi left.
Egghead.
Egghead's the biggest wrestling.
Me and
Mark.
Scott went to a really big pay-per-view last year for AEW, and it was pretty amazing. But that's because they also revealed so many surprises at the end of it. It was pretty insane. And CM Punk came back and wrestled for his first match in a very long time. And he's the champ now of AEW, I believe.
CM Punk?
Yeah,
I think so.
We should do a DP meetup at the Church nightclub in Denver. That place is fucking dope as fuck.
Denver,
Have you ever been there?
The last dinosaur.
Have you ever been to the Church?
I haven't.
In Denver? Oh my fucking god, dude! There's four different fucking bars, and there's 5 levels to this fucking thing, and it's an old, ancient ass fucking church, middle of downtown Denver. It's one of the coolest fucking places I've ever partied at. It's super cool.
I went to a old church in Capitol Hill that was turned into a bar.
There's one in Detroit called Clutch Cargo's, and it's an old, there used to be. I don't know if it's still around. But
Can we get an old church and turn it into DP headquarters and make it tax evade with it?
No,
probably.
I think
I don't
it's an
like
idea.
Ben's attitude in this.
I think it's a good idea. We'll do a little tax
Jeff,
evasion.
didn't you buy an old church?
I was going to. I was
Okay.
crowdfunding to buy an old church, and I didn't pursue it any further because I realized how weird it was sounding.
Well, I will follow Mr. Holiday's lead. Thank you for proving
No.
my point.
But the thing is, you just need more chutzpah, and I didn't have enough chutzpah.
Well,
but you
how about
obviously do.
I buy an old fire station and turn it into the Ghostbusters headquarters?
To tax evade?
This sounds fantastic.
I like the idea, but how are we going to do tax evasion in an old fire house instead of an old church?
Dude, no. Easy. Right now, there's a huge movement in Christian circles that they're providing deliverance, which is effectively exorcism Same thing as ghost busting. So all you have to do is provide exorcism services inside.
I thought deliverance is when you get raped out in the woods by rednecks.
No, that's just regular Sunday service.
What up, YouTube? So last night's stream I deleted because I got off topic, but I'm sure someone saved it, so like it matters. Hey Cobra, you want to do a line of coke? I'm like, I'm already there,
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
It's not bad, to be honest. Oh, put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up. Oh my God, Josh, I can't believe you've tried cocaine. You bastard.
Dude, I would totally do coke with fucking Cobra. 100%.
I wonder how, like, did he buy it? Did someone give it to him?
I have no
One
idea.
of my buddies was like, hey man, you want to snort a line of coke? And I was like, I'm totally down, but like, we can't do it here. Can we go somewhere else to do it? My 20s were fun.
That fake laugh.
Man. Yes, I like snorting coke.
Okay, well, so do we know if he's ever lived anywhere except for Wyoming?
I don't believe
I don't
he's
think
ever
he has,
lived
yeah.
anywhere, and he hardly goes anywhere else.
Okay, so we can understand a couple of interesting. Jeff would do coke with anyone. Yeah, of course I would do coke with anyone. Of course I would. That means I'm not paying for it. What the fuck? Anyway, that's not important right now. So you can infer a couple of really interesting things because he lives in Wyoming. Either he did pay for it himself, or somebody just really, really was invested in seeing what he would be like on cocaine. And I totally can I vibe with that. I think I would do that too. But the overarching thing that you can glean from this is that if you're doing coke in Wyoming, it's bad coke. It's not gonna be good coke. It's gonna be terrible, terrible.
I don't
terrible
know.
Cocaine.
Jeffree Star just moved to Casper, Wyoming.
They're importing
Really?
it.
Yeah, Jeffree Star lives in Casper, Wyoming now.
Well, I bet Casper, Wyoming now probably has really good.
Probably
fucking
has some
cocaine.
decent coke coming through now.
Purely for that.
Cobes is going to get trolled that he's no longer the most famous YouTube star in Casper, Wyoming.
That's
Matt Stuck in
terrible.
Time brings up a good point. Did he mix Mountain Dew and Doritos into his cocaine before he snorted it?
And just say no to drugs. I myself am a cisgendered straight male. No, but I refuse to make cocaine a habit just because it doesn't look good. And
Also, you can barely afford your alcoholism, let alone a coke habit. Are you serious?
I already drink alcohol and smoke tobacco and smoke weed, so it's like, you got to prioritize.
That's fair. I will say, as somebody who's done probably his body weight in cocaine over the years, I would rather smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, or drink booze than do cocaine. Cocaine's great. It's fucking great. But it's only great if you don't have to pay for it.
I definitely haven't done my body weight in cocaine. I think maybe I've probably done my body weight in women. And that's about it.
Fair.
I mean, it's the truth. I like doing cocaine.
Oh my God, dude. People are going to fucking talk so much shit about this fucking live stream. People are going to fucking YouTube poop it and talk all this shit and be like, oh my God, Cobra, just all this crap. I could already see it. Like, I'm all.
I don't think so. I mean, he's got a pretty relatable experience with doing cocaine. I don't think that's fucking weird. Anybody who's making a big deal out of it as being a fucking wanker.
They're trolling him.
And yeah, they're just trolling him, man. You're fine, Cobes. You're fine. You're fine.
I like doing cocaine and
Clutch
drinking
car
alcohol.
runs in Pontiac, not Detroit. Or if there is one in Detroit, I'm not aware
Yeah,
of that one.
Pontiac is in the Detroit metro area. Yes, I know technically it's in Pontiac. The Pontiac Silverdome is where the Detroit Lions used to play back in the day.
Tisk.
So,
how dare you, Ben? That's like when people say that they live in Seattle, but they really live in Bellevue. But Bellevue is like just Seattle for rich Republicans.
What? Like if I tell someone who lives around here where I live, I'd say Bellevue.
Of course, yeah.
But if I was in some other place, most people wouldn't know where that is.
Yeah.
So I just say Seattle.
Yeah, I tell people I live in Seattle when really I live rent-free in their minds.
Ah.
Calling smoking weed and being your typical rock star, bad boy, whatever. For starters, I don't really do cocaine anymore because it's too expensive and
Yes.
I don't want it to be a habit.
Fact.
True.
And because these days you don't know what the fuck they're lacing that shit with, man. You know, so that's why I just stick to like weed and alcohol.
He's like,
dude.
He's like, I tried to put Mountain Dew and Doritos into my cocaine, and that shit fucked me up.
To have a good time, you know, you really don't.
Yeah.
I've done it. It's fun, but like these days, you know.
Everything she thought she knew about the world was wrong. Biology is a myth, and that she, as a woman, doesn't actually exist. She learned all of this in 2 or 3 days. And they had taught her this by crying and screaming.
But someone...
King Cobes has these crazy sores all over his feet. They're like...
Really?
Yeah, it might be just athlete's foot that he scratches and picks at it.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Poor Cobes.
It
What
might
the
be,
fuck, man?
Maybe it's like neuropathy or something too. With all the drinking, he drinks a lot.
Yeah, he does. He drinks more than I do.
Yeah.
Women never develop
takes
boobs. Some women lose them to like vasectomies and breast cancer and shit. So I think defining a woman is so much deeper than just her boobs and her vagina. But that's just me personally. I felt myself having to throw up.
You're so deep.
I ran to the
Cobes
trash
is
can
so
and made it
deep.
there just in time. Then I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Ladies, you are more than just your boobs and your vagina.
Have you ever really
You are
ever
validated.
loved a woman for more than her boobs and vagina?
Like, I'm white, I'm autistic, I'm cisgendered, and I'm straight. So, you know, for of-age women that are alive and cisgendered and also straight, and, you know.
Yeah, could you imagine? Alive is one of his requirements for dating.
Now, I'm not.
Problem.
He's so picky.
I'm not as picky as King Cobra is, but I appreciate a warm body.
You know, puberty for girls is so much harder than it is for guys. And, like, you know, like, this is the problem with it. Like, yeah, you want to stand up for women's rights 100%, but you also want to stand up for trans rights.
Okay.
That's kind of funny because when I was a kid and I started getting into, like, witchcraft and shit and identifying as a cobra demon, my parents were not having it. They thought I was mental. They took me to head doctors. They're like, oh, Josh thinks he has powers.
Look at the Slosh Jonders comment down below.
They should have put you in a home.
Oh,
No, I love my parents very much.
They are
but it's
mean.
Like, now you got people who identify as demons, and that's their pronouns. And if you don't say that, then you're a bigot. Pitchforks with flaming tampons lit on fire going, down with the patriarchy. Oh, crap. Now you're a woman. Now you're experiencing new things like having tits. Your back hurting.
He's talking about puberty now. It always gets creepy.
Does your back hurt from puberty? Or does he think everybody gets scoliosis during puberty?
Well, he's talking about growing boobs.
It can hurt during. Yeah, you can hurt your back during puberty. I think
How
so.
many people get back-breaking boobs during pubes? Is that a big thing for women? Does a tiny little fucking chesticle hurt their back? Or is it just those super triple E
They
ones that get the bad
like
bags?
bigger in proportion to their overall size, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't have boobs, so I don't know what
At
it's
that
like.
point, women, I know you don't need mansplaining, but I'm going to give it to you for free anyways because I'm righteous. If you're getting big boobs and your back starts to hurt, just lay on your back and get railed. You got boobs now. It's fine.
Because of your boobs. You know, estrogen. You know, having to do all these things to keep your vagina clean, things that women normally go through. So for a lot of
I have to keep my vagina clean by turning down guys like King Cobra.
men who transition, it can be extremely overwhelming. At times they will regret it. At sometimes they'll detransition because they can't handle it or they realize they made a huge mistake. So I don't know. I try to be independent and open-minded about a lot of things except for sickos and shit like that and murderers and psychopaths and serial killers. Fuck all that shit.
He has these lists that he has memorized so well.
Have to grab a nope. It's not. It's only 10 o'clock, almost 11. Nope. I'll wait till 5 because I'm working on my drinking.
Good on you.
11
folks.
a.m.
Good on
beer
you, buddy.
withdrawals coming in nicely, Tube, says Spike White.
Okay.
I'm still really concerned about this idea that he seems to have, like, when you hit puberty, like your vagina just gets messy. Like, is that?
Well, I mean, I'll mess up a couple of vaginas, but only post-puberty. That's my rule.
That's your only rule, though, right? It doesn't matter if they're related or
Don't
alive.
care if they're a dog.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm cool. I can wait till 5, but only because I'm choosing to, and because, you know, I don't want to end up like Ozzy Osbourne or like Ron White, where I'm so addicted to it that I have to go to rehab to quit. You know what I'm saying? That's just, no.
I'm going to put this out there right now since the chat seems to be calling for it. At the DP meetup, I'll be selling body shots.
What is going on?
And I'll be doing all of them.
Excellent.
Why did
What's going on with
Jeff
what?
sound like his mouth was full?
He was probably having a little snack.
Smoking a fucking cigarette, man.
He's smoking a ciggy.
It's fine. Smoking a ciggy, no
No
big deal.
choice. You can drink and have a good time, but like you don't have to be plastered all the fucking time, and that's just it. You realize that drinking is not going to make your problems go away. It's just
He sounds like he's trying to convince himself right now.
Yeah. I spent this entire week trying to get another michelada, and I went out last night and I bought like $50 worth of stuff to make micheladas, and it wasn't good as the one I had last week. So today I went with Joe and we got micheladas today at the place I got it from, and it was different than last week when I had it.
temporarily numbs them.
So alcohol didn't solve my problem today.
It rarely helps you forget. That's not why I drink. I drink because I like the feeling it gives me. The buzz from alcohol is
true.
But the side effects.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, man. Absolutely.
Could you imagine if Chipotle started serving micheladas? Oh my God, I would never.
Why do you
leave.
keep talking about
I would-
micheladas?
They're my new favorite thing this week.
None of us were talking about micheladas.
I was. Cobes was
to be
talking
fair-
about alcohol doesn't fix your problems.
To be fair, micheladas are really fucking yummy. They're good.
Sure.
That go with it, and I've had people give me death threats. I've had people threaten to rape me. I've had people tell me to fucking kill myself because I'm such a piece of shit person.
Yeah, that's the
I've
internet.
had people fucking physically try to cancel me because what I've said was controversial or taken in the wrong text.
Sure.
And I've gotten so many mean comments and people just saying all kinds of fucked up shit to me that I'm completely desensitized to it at this point. Now, I'm working on my drinking because I want to, not because anyone else is, you know what I'm saying? It's a personal choice, you know?
I gotta say, I love Cobes. I love Cobes. I think he's fucking great. He I mean, he seems like he's battling a lot of demons sometimes and whatnot, but out of a lot of the crazy people that we watch on this show sometimes, Cobes is so real. He's so fucking real.
Yeah,
man.
Cobes is my favorite person on the show.
Yeah.
I like that we watch. Cobes is the one that I want to hang out with, second only to Tila Tequila, and you know I want to hang out with her.
Because she loves Hitler. Yeah, no, I get
just
it.
want to know that I can fuck better than Jesus and Hitler. That's all.
I mean, obviously, my first is Gail. I
Yeah,
love Gail.
Gail's my favorite too.
I would
Gail's
fuck
my
Cobes
favorite.
before Gail. I mean, I would
We're not talking about who
want to
we
meet
would
Cobes
fuck.
before Gail.
Yeah.
No, I would totally fuck Gail before I'd fuck Cobes. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
that
But
me
Cobes
too.
is
But it was a Freudian slit.
Cobes is a close second. He's a close second. You know, I would totally hang out with Cobes. You know, maybe some cocaine, some tequila. I don't want to keep going with this.
If weird,
is it a date at that point?
If weird Jesus competing sex was off the table, then Cobes is my number one wannabe hangout.
Sure. Yeah. No, dude. I just want to vibe with Cobes. I think it'd be fucking awesome, man. It'd be great.
Like,
it'd be
look
so
at
fun
Cobes.
to hang out with the dude.
Look at Cobes and look at every other person you hung out with in Eugene. It's not that different.
No, not really. It's really, dude. No, it legit is not that fucking different. I want to get drunk with Cobes, and then I want to get a car and a sober driver to take us to a fucking porn shop. To go into the porn shop with Cobes, so he's like, check it out, and he like shows me a bunch of shit. I'm laughing as we buy a bunch of whippets, and then do whippets with Cobes for the rest of the night until we just literally cannot do any more brain damage.
We should try and go on a DMT trip with Cobes.
Oh,
Cobes won't even talk to you.
What? He'll talk to anybody.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
All right, get in contact with him. Let's see.
This is not a challenge.
It's not a challenge. I'm just
I
saying.
would totally fucking hang out with Cobes.
He won't respond.
It doesn't. He doesn't have to respond. Everything happens. Everything you ever want will happen. You just have to work for it.
What is this? The secret?
This is the truth.
What do we need to do to get Cobes as a guest on DP?
That's harder than hanging out with Cobes, I think, because I think he's got a little bit of the DSP fear of being trolled, and I think his trolls would troll him into not showing up if they knew he was going to be on the show.
I legit
Not
just
us.
wanna
His
fucking-
trolls would troll him into thinking that we were trolling him. That's the problem.
Okay, so if there's any Cobe trolls out there, can you not?
They might
Just so we
not.
can, like,
Why
hang
would
out
they
with Cobes?
listen to you?
Because they love Jeff.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, because I want to experience the Cobes up front and personal. Like, I want the full Cobes experience.
If that's why we have to go to Casper, Wyoming.
Well, no, like we gotta start by like being able to like stream with him a little bit.
I think we
and
just
not troll
get
him.
we just get his address and we say we're from Grindr, and then we're like, wait, aren't you King Cobra JFS? You're the YouTuber King Cobra JFS. And he'd be like, yeah. We're like, oh, fuck, dude, you're awesome. I brought this beer because I thought we were going to fuck. Do you want to just have some beers and hang out? And then he'd be like, oh, hell yeah, come on in.
They send Grindr dates to his apartment, just in case you were missing that context.
And he gets trolled with Grindr dates all the time. So
Yeah.
I show up thinking tell him I'm one of the Grindr dates, and he usually has a conversation with them at the door. So I say, wait a second. Aren't you that YouTube superstar, King Cobra JFS? Oh man, I came here to fuck. I have this beer. Would you want to just have a couple beers and hang out?
He wouldn't want you to come in.
Why not?
Because you were sent there by Grindr.
But I would have beer. I'd be like, dude, not even in a gay way. Let's just hang out and have some beer.
That's a horrible way to approach it.
Well, it's a
Somebody
funny
said
way.
Somebody said to send me as a DP correspondent to Casper, Wyoming, to see if I can actually hang out with Cobes and get like the scoop inside the JFS Cobra. I would totally do that, but you guys have to pay for it because I'm not fucking paying for that.
You're going to get inside of him?
I was gonna come down there with girls. I was gonna bring Gucci's to have sex with him.
Billy is right. You would have to Mr. Green your way.
Yeah, we've seen Mr. Green do it, right? So that's why I'm saying I know. There's 1,000 different ways.
We'll crowdfund a little bit of money so I can get a little bit of cocaine. I'll show up at his house and I'll be like, "Hey, man, this is gonna seem weird, but I'm from Drunken Peasants, and I legitimately think you're fucking great. I've got a 12 rack of fucking beer and some cocaine. Can we do this?" And just see what happens.
And he'd be like, "You're a sicko."
I'll offer him the amount of money it would take for him to make me a wand, and then we'll make the wand together. That would be fucking incredible.
Maybe I would message him and say that I'm a documentary crew, and try and do a third documentary on him, and then just hang out with him with a camera and tell him I love him at the end. Like I'll fall in love with him.
Here's the good question is like whether or not I would eat his cooking.
No. Never. I'd rather die.
What I would do is I would eat his cooking, then I would cook my own stuff and see if he liked my food any better than I liked his. Because he might think my food's gross.
I feel like I'm like debating with JFS Cobra. I feel like I'm debating with Cobes right now, even though he's not here. If he was willing to have a DMT trip with me, I would eat his home cooking.
Right?
I totally would.
What's the drug that you'd want to be on most in order to get through eating his food?
I don't think I'd want to be. I don't think I'd want to be high while I ate his food. I think I just want to like experience it. But after that, like I would endure a lot just to be able to get Cobes to truly blast off with some hardcore fucking DMT with me. That would be fucking crazy. That'd be so fun.
What if the DMT fucked his brain up and he was like completely different afterwards, like a functioning member of society?
Well, I mean,
It's
I guess
like
that'd be
flowers
good.
for Algernon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be great then, wouldn't it? That'd be
Well, it would be horrible for us. Yeah, it'd be horrible for
it'd be bad
us.
for the show, but it'd be great for him.
But he
I
just
mean,
had a
that's
DMT
cool.
trip that realigned his brain and had him like thinking logistically and benefiting himself and the world around him. And then
Well, I gotta be honest. If I'm looking at somebody who just seems to be so unique and so interesting, but they're really weird and they seem to have like a dysfunction in society, if I could choose between being able to watch them be wacky and being able to make the choice of them to be happy themselves, I would rather they be happy. I totally would. You know?
I don't believe in long-term happiness, so I would rather have somebody be fucking weird and content. Long-term happiness is a pipe dream. Everybody's happy for about as long as they'll be sad and then back and forth. Some people are sad longer than they could be happy because they're broken, and some people are happy longer than they could be sad, and that's because they're stupid.
I don't know, man. I tend to. Well, I mean, like I understand that and I agree with that, but from my own like lived experiences and shit, is if I take the time about once every 6 months and I go out and I go camping, even if I'm alone or if I'm with some friends, and I eat a good amount of fucking mushrooms, I tend to come back and for about 6 months just be a happy person. Like things might suck. Things might be brutal. They might be kind of hard, but I'm pretty happy. I like things just wash off me. It feels like a panacea for mentality, you know? Like it's good stuff. So I don't know. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, if I had to choose between my entertainment of a wing nut or that wing nut actually attaining happiness, I would rather a wing nut be happy.
I'll choose my entertainment 1,000 times.
No
One,
way.
because I don't care about
I can't
people.
be that selfish.
I'm only that selfish. My selfishness, it doesn't just benefit me, it benefits every other person who laughs and enjoys watching.
I see.
So like we're gonna make one life better at the sacrifice of thousands of other people that like to watch and laugh.
Yeah,
So,
I totally would. I totally would.
I'm here
they
for
can
the
eat
thousands.
mushrooms too. They can eat mushrooms too.
You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, girl, how much I love you. Please don't take my cobra cringe away.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Legalize shrooms nationwide. I get that, man. I totally get that. Well, we decriminalize all drugs here in Oregon, and it's gone great. It's been fucking fantastic. You can just drug it the fuck up if you want to, as long as you're within the limits. And we're one of the first in the nation to legalize psilocybin for mental health applications, and I'm very excited about that. I think it's fucking great.
It'd be interesting to see
wonderful.
how that benefits the rest of the country if they follow suit.
Well, I mean, you know, like it's one of those things, though. Like, you look at the Pacific Northwest, especially like California. Well, not Pacific Northwest, but the whole West Coast, especially like California. There are so many things that are reaped from these states that are so beneficial that impact so many other fucking states, and it's ridiculous that people don't acknowledge that. It's very, very dumb. that's very stupid. Like you have a poor ass fucking state like Alabama. Alabama runs on a fucking deficit. They need federal fucking money. Where's a lot of that money coming from? Well, which state has the biggest surplus of tax revenue? I mean, do you know?
The biggest state, is it? I would assume. Is
The
it?
state with the biggest tax revenue boom.
Is it
that has
Oregon?
No, it's California.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of the West Coast states. The way you said it made me think it might have been your state, like you guys were doing
Oh, no.
something with.
I mean, we're doing good, but we're not doing as good.
Yeah,
But
the way
it's
you were
fucking
thinking,
California.
California is huge. I know
Yeah.
Washington does really well, but most of the blue states operate at a plus, right?
Yes,
and
they
then
do.
and then you
Yes,
look at
they
the
do.
red states, and they're all suckling. They're literally the welfare that they hate. But
Yes,
they talk
absolutely.
shit about when somebody gets groceries in one of these blue states, but their entire fucking existence is subsidized. Those jobs you get up and go to mowing the fucking corn, those jobs are subsidized. The corn industry doesn't exist without welfare.
I just had an idea.
Yep.
Get in touch with the guy from Deathbed Tapes. Cobra trusts that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
But
sure.
I think my idea is better. I'm just going to show up in Wyoming
That's
and
his
let magic
record
happen.
label, Deathbed Tapes.
I just want to show
It's a
up.
legit label. It has like a bunch of bands on it.
I heard they all suck, but
all of them?
I don't know. That's what somebody said in chat. They might have been hating.
Damn.
BTF, the California of people. That's true. I got a surplus, man. I keep all these other people above water with my surplus of stink.
King hate sickos, dude.
I haven't watched King Corn, Doug. I just know about corn. Corn. Like, there's a saying, it's a good year for corn. That's because it's always a good year for corn.
Crowdfunding for Billy, Jeff, and Bisky to take Cobes down to Brazil for an ayahuasca experience.
Is there?
Ooh, yeah.
Is there Brazilian barbecue in Casper, Wyoming? Because maybe we could just take them to the Brazilian barbecue and dose them up with some shrooms. Might be a little cheaper and easier.
Sounds good. Oh,
Ayahuasca's pretty chill, though.
Said you want to attract the ladies. I honestly don't know if tactical soap works on trans women, to be honest. And I quite frankly don't care.
What?
I just know that if you're a woman,
Yeah,
and
why
you have
waste your time with tactical soap when you could just use testicle grope?
estrogen? Yeah. You want to attract the ladies. Using coupon code King Cobra, link in the description box below. If you're a lesbian couple or a straight couple and you want to use tactical soap to spice up your love life, yeah. All right.
What?
So, is it Cobb's transphobia that makes you like him so much?
Yes.
Is he transphobic? Is he actually transphobic? It sounded like he was trying to be an ally.
Yeah, he's just
he signals about it really weird. He's like, I don't care if you're trans, as long as you ain't a sicko. Like he says that all the time.
Yeah, he's
that's kind of weird.
But he says weird shit about his own sexual preference. We make fun of him all the time because he has to put 5 additions to his preference. They have to be like because of the way he's trolled.
Cisgendered.
Cisgendered, alive, non-related, of age, and that's just the way he is because his mind's busted. So he over-explains things in an awkward, weird way. Like we can't judge Cobes the same way we judge normal people that say some out-of-pocket shit because he's consistently out of pocket.
Yeah, he's like constantly bombarded by like people that are gonna fuck with him like through every nuance, and also he's from Wyoming.
Yeah.
So like I get that. I'll call him an ally. It seemed like he was kind of being thoughtful, you know.
Yeah, he's
disgusting.
He's a sweet boy. He's a misguided ally because he's misguided with just about everything. He thinks he's a fucking
Billy's
wizard.
the world's only free attorney.
That's not true. I would charge him if it was actually in court.
Only if they're rich.
The only free attorney that didn't go to law school.
Cobes is not rich, and I defend Cobes all the time. I
that's true.
I defend good people. Doesn't matter if they're rich. Doesn't matter if they're poor, doesn't matter if they're trans, doesn't matter if they're MAGA racist. I
The only
defend
people that
good
were at
people.
my family reunion were my grandma Sandy, my granddad Al, and my dad's sister and her kids, and a couple other cool people that I hung out with. And it was a nice time. It was just a wonderful family reunion. I got to meet some of my cousin's friends that came with, and
After his family reunion, now Cobes won't. When he specifies non-related, he says up to third cousin. So I think Cobes met a hot third cousin at his family reunion.
That's most definitely what's up, Cobes.
it was just a wonderful time. YouTube, full of laughter and smiles, and it was a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed my family reunion.
That's what we should have done. We should have crashed the family reunion.
That's weird.
No, we just show up and say, "Hey, what's up? I'm Chugger Saunders." They're like, "Oh, it's cousin Chugger," and I chug a beer in front of them. Like, "Oh, Chugger, we missed you."
Yeah.
Am I in showstopper mode tonight? Damn. I'm that good.
I even offered to buy alcohol for the 4th of July, but my granddad Al and my dad paid for it. And then my granddad Al looked at me with the kind of look, like, oh, my grandson's King Cobra JFS. And he's like, we bought a shit ton of alcohol. It was more than enough to last us.
Did he just say his grandfather was at the family reunion and said, "My grandkid's King Cobra JFS"?
The YouTube celebrity.
Yeah.
Grandpa knows, dude. Grandpa knows.
Notorious YouTuber.
People
Notorious
were
YouTuber
sending me
JFS.
death threats saying, we're going to come to your house on the 4th of July and rape you and murder you, Cobra. Be prepared. Get that butthole ready, boy. And just all kinds of fucked up shit. And it's like,
oh,
of course they didn't show up.
I was waiting with the lube. I was waiting with the lube.
There was leaked video of King Cobra in this Discord chat with a bunch of people, and he was trash, and he was fucking around with a loaded shotgun in his lap.
No.
Oh, yeah.
He was singing, I hurt myself today to see if I would feel. Drinking shots out of the shotgun barrel.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, fuck. That would be dope.
Here. And if they did, they tried to break into my apartment. My neighbor stopped them, so there you go. Thanks for that. If that's how it played out.
If that's how it played out. I like how he thought his neighbor stopped him. He's like, there's no evidence that anybody came over to break into his apartment to butt rape him. But he's like, but if they did, then my neighbor stopped them. So thanks for that, neighbor, if that happened.
I tend to think if you're threatening someone's life because you disagree with what they say, that person got to you, dude. Hard.
They're living rent-free in your head.
goddamn head.
There it is.
I'll say
Fair.
it again. As long
Sup,
as you
Jack
ain't a
Harden?
sick fuck, who gives a shit?
As long as you ain't a sick fuck.
You know, as long as you ain't sick fuck, I'll call you by your preferred pronouns.
As long as you're not a sick fuck, he'll call you by your preferred pronouns. Otherwise,
Sure.
if he thinks you're a sick fuck, he'll call you whatever he wants.
Yeah,
I
don't care about pronouns when it's somebody that I think is a complete piece of shit.
Like Chris Chan?
I don't think Chris Chan's a complete piece of shit. But I don't think anybody's a complete piece of shit because I'm a very sweet boy that looks into
Anyways,
nuance.
YouTube, I'll catch you later.
Not everything
Thanks
is
for
black
watching.
and white.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
All right.
Wow.
I don't respect Jessica Yaniv's pronouns. Is that fucked up for me to say?
Why don't you?
Well, one, I never took the time to learn them. Two, I think Jessica Yaniv is a sick fuck.
A sicko?
A sicko.
Yeah,
But
I
I
don't
never-
like Jessica Niv at all.
I never took the time to learn much more about Jessica Yaniv than I've heard online, but the shit I heard was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll put it this way. When it comes to things like Jessica Niv, you have to assume that in any different demographic of people, there are going to be terrible examples of those people.
Mhm.
They're going to exist. They're going to fucking exist.
Yeah.
You could have like an action group, right? Like a youth group, and they do overwhelmingly just like good stuff for everybody, and they're fucking great, and they dedicate their fucking time. And then there's that one fucking dude, Ted. His name's Ted
Nugent.
He's a bad dude, and he like did some bad shit, and it's awful.
And
it's
this
fucked up.
is why I view people as individuals and not part of a group.
Right,
Just
right.
because they share certain traits with other people.
But what happens when these people want their label, their group think to be their individuality? They want that to be their who they are. They want to hide behind the group because they don't want to be outed by their individuality.
Doesn't matter. Because the thing is, like, you don't have to respect Jessica E. Niv. You don't have to. You can think Jessica E. Niv is a piece of shit.
Yes.
But this is the litmus test. Okay? This is the litmus test of, and it's good that Jessica E. Niv actually does exist. It's a litmus test of what kind of person you're going to be. Are you going to take the role of somebody who looks at a broader scope and be like, I'm going to be totally respectful and like and try and validate everybody who seems to be living that experience, unless they're just a bad person or not? And you can say like, well, they're a bad person, so I'm not going to. And that's valid in a way, but I would say a stronger case is that if somebody is, say, trans, like Jessica E. Niv is, it's much more stronger to your own character to be like, I will still say that you're trans. I will still try to use your pronouns. You don't have to succeed, but try.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm going to be like, and you're a piece of shit.
See, I'm creative.
That's a litmus test.
I would come up with brand new pronouns for people like that. And I wouldn't let them choose their pronouns. Like, I'm choosing them now. And these aren't
Shit
pre-existing poor men. Yeah. You're he, her, no, it's shithead.
No, I totally fucking get it, because like the thing is, like, what I've always like doubled back on is a very simple thing, is like, if somebody has a different kind of lived experience and they ask respectfully that you address them in a different way, I'm gonna try, because it was a respectful action, and like I'll try. I will try. I'll do everything I can. If I fuck up, I feel bad about it. But even if they're a shitty person, I might not try as hard, but I'm still going to try, because I don't want their actions to broadly reflect on people who are not them. Yeah. I will still try, and then I'll add after that the caveat that actually you're still a piece of shit. And I think that's healthy. I think that's a good thing. I think that's fair.
I'm not going to try at all for anybody ever but trans people, because I feel like they need it. They need the help. They're weak.
Sure.
They're mentally unstable. And
What?
I'm going to go out of my way. I'm going to go out of my way to coddle them, but nobody else. I don't care anybody else. Fuck you. I disrespect you. No, I'm obviously disavowing. Disavow. But there's a lot of mentally unstable people in that community, right? Right? Isn't there? Is there not? But that being said,
not any more than any other fucking community. What the fuck?
Are you sure?
What the fuck? Yes, I'm sure.
I thought 13% of trans people are 52% of mental illness in America.
No. That's not real at all. Oh,
None of it's real. None of it's real, Jeff. None of it's real.
No. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
None of it's real.
Oh, my God.
None of it's real, Jeff.
Billy, no. No, Billy. No. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You're gonna have us have a Milo moment again.
No, obviously, I try to call people by their pronouns just because I'm a decent fucking person.
Of course.
Obviously.
I know.
Obviously.
I know.
And you know when I slip up and someone's like, "Oh, it's he, it's not." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Like I've been misgendered by trans people on multiple occasions because I am fucking curvaceous and beautiful. I have curves and curls. And trans people have thought I was the other gender or transitioning. I'm like, "No, I'm just built this way. I just grow this way." And they're like, "Oh,
born this way, like Lady Gaga."
Yeah,
Sure.
but I don't
Sure.
I don't trip on them. It happens.
Sure.
We move on. If you're going to attack me because I say he, she on accident, then I don't care. Move on. I've already moved on. If you can't move on, that's a you problem.
I mean, look, Billy. All I'm gonna say is, it's very inspiring, and I'm impressed by your strength right now for standing up against that monolith of the trans community.
I do my best.
Why are you giving Magic his cold feet?
With what?
Do you see him in the chat?
Oh, has he got cold feet? Oh, he's trying to back out because he has to drink a fucking Cobra cocktail on Thursday. He's just trying to back out.
Thank God, finally, there's somebody to put these fucking transes in their place. Like
my whole life, I knew I was built for something. I knew I would have to be born a man and be more androgynous, curvy, beautiful than any woman, and that would give me the ability to stand up towards a marginalized group and overpower them with my white, cisgender, masculine, I don't want to say toxic, but talk sick. I talk sick.
God, you make me cringe so hard.
I talk sick.
Oh my God. I'm having trouble. I'm struggling.
Is it because I'm so brave, Jeff? Do you want me to be a little less brave? I could dial back the bravery if you like.
Thank God.
I'm going to dial back the bravery. I just want everybody at home to know that I am an ally. I have been. I've been written about many times in the Seattle gay newspaper.
Oh my God!
Because I love my queers, my LGBTQs, and all the other letters that I can never remember because I feel like it's been changing. But that's only because I've been an ally for so long that it has changed. You silly little gays. Hugged a gay man last night. Felt good.
We're just sitting here and Billy's just talking about himself.
I mean, it's either that or I sit here and you guys talk about me. I mean, what? Come on.
What?
Jeff and I just did a highly politicized back and forth banter that not only took it to the limits, but might have even pushed the limits. And you're saying I'm just sitting here talking about me?
Well, at this point you were.
This is the cool down. Jeff and I gave you raw, unprotected podcasting.
I think
it was like a fucking ballet. It totally
was. Oh, was it?
It was. It was Baryshnikov.
It was a ballet.
It was Baryshnikov. This is the type of shit you think to yourself and say, what would Brian Boitano do? He'd do that.
That was the Baryshnikov of like edging along the line of transphobia. Of course, yeah. No, it was amazing.
I always got to edge. I got to. It gets so boring when everybody preaches like what's right. Like we are a left-leaning podcast. We probably all agree to some level on that. And so every once in a while, you get to push the boundaries because you don't actually believe in that. That's what the excellence of comedy is.
That's right. That's right. That's how you actually do a good trans joke, not like Dave Chappelle. Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think Dave Chappelle's trans jokes were that great, but Dave Chappelle is a
they're
great
kinda lame.
performer, so I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed the ride. But I just recently watched the Dave Chappelle Will Smith episode where Will Smith wanted to do stand-up comedy for the first time. And he sits down with Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle gives him some tips. And one of the tips he gave him was, the jokes really don't matter. None of the jokes aren't important. It's how you talk, how you engage the crowd, how you say the things you say. The crowd doesn't care about the fucking content of your jokes. They just want to feel like they're being engaged, and that'll pay off. And so, yeah, the jokes weren't that great. They were a little, they were definitely lacking when it comes to the trans community's depth of knowledge of trans existence. He obviously didn't bother going too deep into it. He was more from a personal realm with a friend he had and a bias that he had from that.
All I'm going to say about the reason why the trans jokes don't land with Dave Chappelle is entirely because he doesn't really get it. That's it. That's all. Like, if
he doesn't get
Dave Chappelle, we know that Dave Chappelle has had like trans friends and everything, and that's fine, that's cool and everything. But I think that if he was a little bit immersed deeper into the more contemporary culture, he would probably be able to find a much more clever way of telling a good trans joke that didn't come across as like some magatard fucking dog shit. I really think he probably could. Because he's smart, he's intelligent, he's very, very fucking clever. I attribute not it to malice, but entirely to I don't want to say ignorance because that sounds so fucking bougie and shit. But like, just not really. I just don't think you fucking got it. I just don't think you fucking got it.
Billy, you said earlier you were wondering if there was a Brazilian barbecue in
Casper, Wyoming.
I looked it up. There is not, but there is a barbecue joint called Smokin' Hot Butts Barbecue.
Got to go there.
Ooh, dude. Okay,
It has
you know what?
5
DP
stars
DP
on Google.
meetup in Casper, Wyoming.
We're going to Smoking Hot Butts.
Smoking Hot Butts Barbecue. You can go
That's
to
where we're gonna do it.
SmokingHotButts.com.
And instead of ayahuasca, because it's not Brazilian barbecue, it's Smoking Hot Butts.
Look at their
we'll just have some of that
logo.
Jeffree Star
Look at it.
Wyoming
It's-
meth.
It's
Sounds
like
amazing.
the pigs and the cows and the chickens with big butts.
Is that a coloring book page that they just made their logo?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'd fuck that chicken.
Oh my
I'd
god!
totally fuck that chicken.
Smoking Hot Butts Barbecue.
Goldie Fawn says, "Hey Billy the Fridge, when you were misgendered in the past, did the people refuse to make corrections based on your action or their beliefs?" I actually just let them believe what they wanted to believe because I figured I'd never see them again. And if they thought I was trans, like maybe I could be their trans hero. So like whatever, I'm not going to break your illusion. I don't know you.
Right.
I'm not going to become your friend. So I just nodded and went through it. But if I wanted them to gender me correctly, I would probably take the time to make them value me as a human being, which is a lot harder than just telling somebody to do something. I think a lot of these fucking.
Wait.
Want me to wait?
but
Want me
you're
to
saying,
finish my
like,
comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think what a lot of these people that refuse to properly gender identify somebody is because they feel like they're being told to do something and they're fucking pricks. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be told to do anything. And it's like, yeah, okay, you don't have to do it. You should because it's decent a human thing to do. But you don't want to do it because you're a prick. Okay, well, society's going to call you a fucking prick. You're a fucking prick. That's where we're at right now. These people are fucking pricks.
What are they?
Fucking pricks. And if I would have told them to my actual gender as if it mattered to me, which it doesn't to me because obviously it's not a crazy identity issue I've been struggling with my entire life, where with trans people it tends to be that way. So I didn't bother because it didn't bother me. But if it did bother me, I would probably not want to be around that person personally. And I would be like, okay, fuck off. You're a piece of shit. And I wouldn't try and make them get it right personally. I think people want to feel valued and identified by the way they identify themselves. And that's really hard when you maybe don't line up with society's identification of what you identify as. And I think as a culture, we have to get to these people and not tell them what to say, but make them feel that the right way is right, because it is right. I think we maybe have a little more compassion than these fucking people do. And that's the problem, is we're not meeting them with compassion. We're meeting them on a kind of stupid level where we're expecting them to just change because we tell them to. And they're already stupid and maybe bigoted. But when you sit down and deal with these people who are stupid and bigoted, and you show them there's more to the human they're judging, they tend to fucking fold like a wet blanket. They're just so fucking quick to change their tune when they actually talk to a person and realize the human being behind them and not just the ideal they're fighting against. That's been my experience with this shit, personally.
So, I tend to think of this as like a law of equivalent exchange. Okay, so say you're gonna have an interaction with another human being. You got one person coming into this interaction. You got another person coming into this interaction, and now this is a neutral territory. Each person brings in what they're going to bring in, and yes, of course, there is this notion of, like, say you're in a conversation with somebody and they might be trans, and you might maybe say misgender them, and they correct you, and you're like, oh shit, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
When push comes to shove, when you are balancing in between these two things, it's very easy to analyze this along the law of equivalent exchange. But you have to understand that the law of equivalent exchange and a 50-50 doesn't work in this scenario. It doesn't.
And telling them to do something that they don't want to do does?
Think of it like this. You have to understand that when you come from a place of your own personal experience and lived experience, and you're coming into a situation where you're going to interact with a trans person, that trans person is coming from their own lived experience, but they're bringing with them effectively a huge amount of their lived experience that might be vastly different from you, because you've never had to go through the things that they have actually had to go through as well. Now, you can say, because if you want to go with this 50-50 rule, that, each person should be accorded the same amount of respect as the other. And that's a fair argument, but it's also, in my opinion, not the whole story, because this person has had to struggle. They've had to go through their whole life as one thing and then make that very brave decision to begin a life anew as something totally different. So I do think that there is a power imbalance when you start talking to somebody as a trans person, and if they're visibly upset that maybe, things didn't go quite well. And I do think that people who are cisgendered, and this might get me some shit, but I'm sorry, it's as simple as this. If you're a person who's cisgender and you're talking to somebody who is trans, I do think you have to give some more space and be a little bit more forgiving, because this person went through some shit that you will never get, and you'll never understand it.
But see, this is where I think
to be a little bit more forgiving.
This is
not to the point that you can let them abuse you.
Here, I think the real struggle is this bigoted person, this cisgender bigoted person. Their entire life, they've thought that their bigot ignorance was righteousness, or it was the way things were, right? Like, this is not the way things were, and now we're expecting them to just all of a sudden be tolerant out of nowhere when they're dumb bigots. Like that, I think nobody ever anywhere deserves respect. I think that it's earned, and it's earned on a case-by-case basis. I will ignore you. I will kiss you. Why you turn away? But yeah, I think that I just think of it from like, yeah, this person, this trans person has been struggling their whole life for identity, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And that in my personal view, that identity struggle is really internal. It's with yourself, you know? And once you're cool with yourself, nothing else matters. You want the world to accept you, right? And I just, for me, I don't think you can just tell the world to accept you. And that's not a trans issue. That's just in general for me. So when I think of it from my point of view, it's really hard for me to expect an ignorant bigot to all of a sudden be tolerant. It's like you're asking a beaten dog to stop barking, you know? To me, that's where I kind of get lost. Like obviously, personally, I have all the respect in the world for someone who's going through that particular struggle of trans existence. It's not easy. I can only imagine the struggle you have internally, like internal struggles. I don't have a lot of internal struggles. You know, mine are kind of subconscious, you know, like I have the overeating thing.
Mine are very selfish.
Yeah. Like I overeat, obviously, you know, but like inside me, my biggest like conscious struggles are how am I going to like be better tomorrow than I was yesterday or today, you know? And those are my failures, and those are coming from a place where I myself am very confident in who I am, right? So I can't directly identify, but I can only imagine what it would be like to have to struggle for space in your own head to exist as who you believe you are, as opposed to how you're perceived, right?
Yeah,
I went through a perception thing where everybody thought I was just a big fat dumb pig, right? But I consistently proved to people I was more than that, to the point where I can like honestly say, you know, I am a sexy goth bad boy and believe it.
You are a sexy goth bad boy.
Thank you.
For sure.
It's that simple.
I like it.
But it's because it's like I'm comfortable in my own head, and that's a luxury not everybody has. And I look at these bigots. I look at these bigots that have a way where they believe the world is the way that they see it, and it's going to be hard to change them. And I don't think it's effective to tell them what to do. I feel like that we have to show them the human being that they are not accepting, and make them really feel weak and humble that they have thought this way so long about a group of people. And I think long term, I think that's how we fix that. Personally,
I disagree.
Well,
totally
what's your answer? What's your answer? Just telling people what to do, forcing it?
No. Well, honestly, kind of, sort of. But like the thing is, what you're saying, I believe in it, and I think there's a lot of validity to it. I think it's very, very valid. I think that you have a salient point, and I want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you ask what we really need to do about this kind of thing, and you're like, "What we need to just just shame people into it, and we need to just force people into it." And the answer to that is yes.
I just can't. I've seen shame and guilt work in religious sections, and I can't get behind it.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't agree with it.
Society fucking works, though.
No. Society. If you want to control a society and have them bend to your will, if you want to have them bend to your will, of course. I'm not into making new religions.
That's totally how fucking society works.
I mean, if that's how control works. If you want to control a group.
Do you think we got marriage equality because we were just like, well, we just put the best argument out there and we convinced all these fucking bigots into like believing that it's totally cool? I mean, it's under threat right now. We're under threat right now of like losing marriage equality and letting gay people fucking be married. Like, no, yes, absolutely, 100%. Like, I can back it up with stats right now. I can back it up with stats right fucking now with that one in specific. Overwhelmingly, the vast majority of Americans right now think gay people should be fine to get married. Nobody gives a fuck. It should be legal, and it's fine. It's fine. It is only a small percentage of people that are still holdouts because of their fucking backwards ass bullshit, cock-sucking fucking priest-diddling children goddamn fucking religion that they think for some fucking reason gay people shouldn't be married. The reason why we got gay people the ability to be married is because we started to shame people for the fact that they were fucking bigots. And we pushed for it because that's what the people wanted.
Was it shaming the bigots, or was it raising
them.
Was it raising a generation to understand the human beings they were holding back?
Works. That's how society works. We shame people for being backward, stupid, hateful, shitty, fucked up people. That's how society works.
I don't think that's what happened. I thought what happened was we started accepting the gay people in our media. We started making them more than just jokes, and we showed the world that they were human beings deserving of the same rights that we have as cisgender samesy fuckers. We use
this language. We use this language so we don't have to use the word shame.
I refuse the power of shame. I refuse the power of shame. I thought I don't recognize the power of shame. I told you where I recognized it in religion, in the church, and I disagree with it wholeheartedly.
But
that's the difference.
Fucking thing, though.
There's better ways. Shame works on stupid people, and I don't care. I don't care to shame stupid people.
Human beings operate the same way right now as they did 400 fucking years ago. The whole reason why right now most people are cool with gay marriage and why we're trying to move into this more progressive era is because that's where humanity has progressed. Progressism. That's what it is. Improving the human condition. The tactics that we use are no different than the church used back then. The difference is people. The difference is society. Shame is a massively huge motivating factor. And do you know why we use shame? It's because never in the history of our stupid, fucked up species have we ever been able to stop and lay out a good, cogent, intellectual argument, and the vast majority of people are like, yeah, that's a good fucking idea. We don't do that because we're stupid.
Well, I mean,
we're dumb.
We're doing that right now with the new religion, the wokeism, all this stuff.
That's shame too. That's shame too. It's all shame.
It's
dude.
not. It's not shame. It's education.
No, our politics, our society moves on shame, dude.
No,
that's what it fucking means.
No, all we got to do is identify the people that we hate as the people that we love, and that just takes a little education of who the people are.
I got to point this out really quick. Somebody in the chat started talking about Daryl Davis. That's one fucking guy, okay? One fucking dude. One fucking dude. I'm going to put this out there right fucking now. Anytime somebody talks about that fucking guy, that one fucking guy who managed to go out and get a bunch of fucking KKK people to like cast off their fucking hoods, the moment you do that too, you could talk about
I've been doing that.
But
I've been doing that.
Shut the fuck up.
I've been doing that. Do you know how many alt-right streamers, Jeff? When I met you, you were an alt-right streamer. When I got onto this podcast, it was an obscure alt-right podcast, and I turned all of you over to the left side.
It's true. We were all worshiping Hitler before Billy.
No, but honestly, like Daryl Davis, one guy who changed hundreds. Okay, if there were 100 Daryl Davises, think of how much better the world would be. But people are scared because it's easy. It's easy to fall into the shame. It's easy to fall into the religious idea of guilt. And I think the hard road is showing people a better way. And I'm not asking for a new religion. I'm asking for everyone to ascend above it all. And it's not going to be everybody, but it's going to be more and more every day.
All I'm saying, man, is I think we, as like an intellectual species, we have to admit some basic fundamental principles about ourselves. We do exist in a culture of shame. We do. And both sides try and utilize it. One side is right. One side is wrong.
There is no right or wrong. That's the difference. There is no right or wrong.
Yeah. No, there's right and wrong.
No. There's right. the only thing we should be worrying about is whether or not we want the community we're a part of to thrive together, or be put into a caste system of shame and following.
Nah, this is right and wrong. That's totally right and wrong.
As long as you subscribe to right and wrong, you're going to be in the same spot for the rest of your days, and your generations ahead of you and the generations behind you will barely ever move more than an inch. And that's why people are born into poverty and die into poverty and have poverty children that live on because of this mentality. We have to.
This is right and wrong.
I mean, who's to say what the right and wrong is?
We all do.
There's only how much you can affect the betterment of your community, your people, for the future.
That's what's right.
But we argue what's right or wrong. And
and then people argue for things that are not for the betterment of their community.
Well, you're
and their
arguing
future,
right or wrong,
and that's
you
wrong.
spend and you have the Watts riots, you have the Rodney King riots, and you have the Black Lives Matter riots, and you see every 30 years the same thing happening again and no movement at all, and you realize these are generations. These are generations of beating your head into a brick wall.
Yeah.
But through those generations,
the brick wall is wrong. The effort is right. Yeah, it's right and wrong. I'm just saying, man. Look, like you have to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to understand. Like my perspective is always very, very going to be cogently rooted in one simple factor. I believe in the species. I believe in the future. I believe in us being able to push ourselves technologically up and out into the stars. I'm about the species. I don't give a fuck about politics. I don't fucking care. But things that are going to keep us alive, allow us to prosper, allow us to eat, these are things that are right. Things that are against them they're wrong. They're wrong, and that's it. That's how I perceive all of it. So like this notion of like trying to chop things down into more like finer aspects of like, well, but what about this? Would that turn it on? I don't fucking care.
But what are your situations you said were right? Prosper to eat?
Yeah, prosper, eat, technological innovation, success of the species, not letting the climate kill us. You know, like that's right.
And if you look at the opposite side, the side that you're saying is wrong, have they never prospered? Have they never fed their own? Have they never advanced technology?
Sure they did. But we've left them behind. We don't need religiosity anymore. We don't need rule by fucking magical sky leopard anymore. We don't need those fucking things anymore.
Now we're giving up Sky Leopard and we're creating a new religion and we're using the same tactics they used to perpetuate our new religion.
Yeah, they work.
They only work. They only work because we're trying to keep people stupid.
No, because people are stupid, not because
people are stupid. Why are people smarter in other countries?
Come on, every motherfucker who's watching this. You know what? Every motherfucker who's watching this right now knows that people are stupid.
People that are watching this right now know people are super intelligent. That's why they watch, because they see me every episode. And they're like, this guy's a fucking genius, and he reminds me that we're all capable of higher thinking. That's why they watch this show.
We are. Everybody has a capacity.
I inspire every person here to do better, and sometimes they do better.
Things that people keep, the things that keep people from being higher intelligent and increasing their brain capacity to accept these types of things. Those things that provide buffers between that are bad, and things that facilitate them to think better are good.
I don't know. I think when people argue over good and bad, right and wrong, they miss the real point. And
I think it's very clear.
They don't. I mean, you think it's clear because you think you're on the right side, right?
I am on the right side.
Okay, that's why it's clear to you, because you're a zealot.
My side increases happiness, overall wellness of being, enhances technological improvement, liberty of the species, people to be happy, people to have security. The other side wants 10-year-olds to have to be forced into having birth.
And they would
So,
say
yeah.
that you want 10-year-olds to be forced to having gender reassignment, right? That's what they would say. Because they think they're
Nobody's
right.
forcing anything.
'Cause they think they're right.
That side is stupid. That
They
side
think
is
they're
a bunch
right.
of fucking morons.
Right and wrong
That's
doesn't
simple as
matter,
that.
Honest Red. Right and wrong doesn't matter. Because look at the history of actual growth in this world. The most growth we've seen in the United States was built off the back of Hitler's experiments in fucking the Holocaust when we got their science and we had a huge boom. So their wrong really fucking mattered for our betterment and advancement of society, but we look the other way.
That was taking something bad and making something good. In the meantime, did bad things happen? Yeah. Should we have done things different? Yeah. Hindsight is 20/20. That sounds good. Yeah, sure. But like we're evolved enough, we're smart enough that we don't have to do a bad thing to make a good thing now.
Are we not doing a bad thing by shaming people into changing? Because I don't think
that's a good thing.
I don't think shame is ever a good thing, and I will never subscribe.
Shame more people.
I will
Shame
never
more
subscribe
people.
to shame or guilt as a tactic for advancement of humanity.
You should be ashamed.
You shit all over Nick Fuentes. Of course you believe in that.
I don't think I'm ever going to change Nick. And a lot of the times I celebrate Nick for his over the top gaudy love of Catboys.
I don't know, man. Like, no, I listen. I love you, and I appreciate your perspective on it. And I think you have salient points. I do. I'm hamming it up a little bit. More
of course.
Than I usually would, but
just like I was hamming it up when I said I respect trans people. No, I'm kidding.
We all respect trans. We all
Yes.
we love trans people. Trans fucking rights. We all respect trans people. But yeah, it's just one of those fucking things, man. Where like I see every day terrible people get lots of fucking lots of footholds and headway, and they get like their voices out in like the public sphere. People like fucking Nick Fuentes and all those cozy TV fucking
Not as many
dipshits and
people
whatever.
like him anymore, though. Like his popularity has declined.
How many times have you talked to somebody?
And I think it's very healthy to shame those people, and I think that's good. I think it's good that we shame those people because those ideas are obviously bad. I think that's good.
I think entertaining those ideas is probably bad, but like if we're watching their ideas and they're stupid, calling them stupid is smart.
To thinking, listening to him to make
Sure,
them bad.
I agree with that.
So Billy is a shame peddler after all.
I'm not a shame peddler. I'm just denigrating.
Don't forget about Japanese Special Warfare Unit 731, which saw the execution and torture of Korean and Chinese nationals for medical science.
Yeah, we have a fucking crazy history of abuse of humanity and probably a crazy future of it, too, that's going to get uncovered in 20, 30, 40, 50 years as it becomes a thing of the past. AKA, the shit really comes out when it's no longer profitable. All the damage we do to people. And it's like no longer profitable. We look back and say, turns out these cigarettes were killing people. But luckily, we're going to start selling vapes, so who cares? Did you? I don't know if I should say this because this is insider information. I don't know if I should say this.
Say it.
Say it.
You know who's getting into the pharmaceutical industry?
You?
Who is it?
Philip Morris.
Oh,
Shit.
I thought you were about to say
Exposed.
Martin Shkreli is out of prison. He's cutting you a deal or something.
He is, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I'm getting into peel business. I'm about to be Pilly the Fridge.
Pilly the Fridge.
Hilly the fridge. Fuck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I love you.
So after Thursday's show, we'll do the booking committee and get all that.
Yeah, we went
stuff.
long tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I always like having these conversations with Billy because like it's like you get a chance to watch like that contentious conversation you're gonna have at Thanksgiving dinner,
Oh,
but,
yeah,
like, at the
I'm
end,
like the racist uncle.
I didn't even bring up the doctor porn YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
no.
we should have talked about that.
God.
I'm like the racist uncle at Thanksgiving dinner, and Jeff is like the bisexual niece.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
blue
I kind
hair.
of am. Do we need to talk about that doctor thing?
I
Do we need
mean,
to do
we
that tonight?
could if you have. I mean,
Yeah, what's the doctor thing? Like, what's the point? That I don't think that was pornography.
I guess that's the contention.
Yeah, I don't think that was pornography.
Does the audience even do they have all the context of like what we're talking
Some
about?
of them did. Maybe we need to like.
There's a doctor that puts out videos of him digitally
On
penetrating women on YouTube, digitally penetrating women. Is it to orgasm, or does he ever go that far?
I think a couple of them actually legitimately orgasm.
Yeah, and
I'm pretty sure
it's set up in a way that is educational. Even if it is miseducation.
He's not a real doctor.
Is he not a real doctor?
no, he's a chiropractor.
Yeah.
So that's not a doctor.
Well, I mean, it's a medical professional.
It's not medical.
I think a lot of people.
It's like holistic.
I think a
would
lot of
say.
people believe chiropractic is a practice, right?
It's not medical.
Do they accept it as a practice?
But it's not medical. It is.
It's not medical.
Yeah.
He's a medical
not medical.
practitioner.
No, it's not medical
No, he's
because
not.
that would be
It's not,
medicine.
no.
You got to be
No,
a
it's
medical
not, yeah.
doctor to practice medical
All right.
science.
Well, he's
It's like a whole-
practicing.
it's
he's
chiropractic.
practicing digital penetration to orgasm on video, and it's set up in a way that is presented as educational.
He has an OnlyFans.
He has an OnlyFans
Right.
for more
Right.
in-depth, education. Right.
I think I've finally figured out how to get the best way to consolidate my argument against this video.
Okay.
So you've got a guy. He's making these videos. He starts out with a naked woman, and he plays with her nipples, and then he has her lay down, and there's her bared vagina. This is all on YouTube.
And
You
he's
can all find it on
explaining what he's
fucking
doing educationally as he does it.
It's in Spanish.
He's giving a saucy voiceover while he sticks his fingers inside of her, and then she sticks her fingers inside of her, and then she masturbates to completion. Now, that would be a thing if the stated goal of this video had some form of medical point. Now, if the medical point was this is how to increase sex life, I would even say this
How is
100%
that
medical.
not what he's doing?
Well, but that's not what the video is titled.
What's the video titled?
How to be able to breed, to conceive a baby easier.
And then he's talking about opening up the vaginal walls through
No,
stimulation.
he doesn't talk about that at all.
Are you
No,
sure?
I watched the subtitles. Yeah, no, he doesn't talk about that.
Well, I think we would have to watch it scene by scene, but it still sounds educational to me. And the visuals I saw were not strictly pornographic. And I think
Well, I'll put
that
it
when
this
we
way.
argue pornography laws, we have to argue them based on how they're set up.
Isn't there porn that uses like doctor's office sets?
Sure.
Okay.
But there's a difference between that and this.
This could be in like a room in this guy's
But, like,
apartment?
if have you watched the People versus Larry
it
Flint?
is.
Have you studied the pornography behind the People versus Larry Flint?
Sounds like we're talking about something different though.
I'm talking about freedom of speech. I'm talking about the censorship and combating censorship.
Sure.
And I'm talking about what we define as pornography, and
Well,
I don't
look,
believe this is pornography.
I have no problem with this content if it's put onto a platform where that content is very much accepted. I mean, they can put it on Pornhub and like, fuck yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, because like Nina Hartley back in like the early 2000s made a whole video series where she was educating people on how to have better sex. This was not only just regular sex, but also oral sex, digital sex, and like fellas, ladies, if you or non-binaries, whatever, if you're looking into a video series that can teach you some pretty good techniques, this video series was fucking great. Nina Hartley, it's awesome. It's great. I would say there is more valid medical information that was conveyed in those videos by a porn star than there is what this guy puts
Did
out.
she use
But-
gratuitous nudity in her videos?
I'm going to link everyone to Jeff Holiday's tweet about this. So that they can go see it for themselves.
Do you think that this doctor is using gratuitous nudity?
I think that this doctor is intentionally trying to skirt the rules of YouTube in order to use the YouTube algorithm to increase.
Have you
his
seen the
metrics
breastfeeding videos of mothers
for his
breastfeeding their
porn.
babies? Have you seen
a lot of them are obviously obfuscated.
Have you seen how
pornography.
those moms are also linking to OnlyFans accounts on
Yeah,
their page,
that's
the same
pornography
page where they
too, yeah.
breastfeed their babies?
Yeah, that's pornography too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've established YouTube
But my-
accepts this sort of material in certain situations.
But this is the problem. The inherent problem is not that I have a problem with this content. I don't give a fuck about this content. If it's behind an age.
Yeah, you're calling for censorship, right?
No, I'm not. I'm
Oh.
calling for equal representation of the rules on the platform. That's what I'm calling.
Do you think if you made a video of you digitally penetrating a woman and you made an educational video that you could get it going on a YouTube channel the same way this guy does? If you followed the rules he's shown to pass?
I probably could, and I would be breaking the rules, I think.
Do you think?
I really
are you
think
sure?
so.
Because
Yeah, I think so.
we know that we've allowed some nudity in artistic form on YouTube. We
Sure,
know that
sure.
we've allowed some penetration in
Sure.
educational form. You can look at, there's videos of people who are preparing women for breast surgery, and it shows
It
their
comes-
naked breasts, and they're fondling their breasts to show the bounce and the curvature,
Sure.
and this is
Sure,
all
sure,
fine
sure.
on YouTube.
It comes down to what is the intent. That's what it comes down to. What's the intent? Is the intent to inform, or is the intent to arouse? That's what it comes down to.
I think
And
I don't think the intent to arouse, because
I personally don't care if it's aroused.
the
as
intent to
long as
arouse
age
doesn't matter,
gates.
because we've seen these ASMR channels that are 100% intent to arouse, and they exist.
Sure.
But they
Yeah,
exist
sure.
under a different set of rules.
I think that anything that's an intent to arouse should have some type of age gate to make sure there's not 11-year-olds jerking off to this like medical porn or fucking ASMR
11-year-olds
talking about
jerk
teasing
off.
the tip of your dick.
11-year-olds jerk off to whatever they can find to jerk off to.
Don't just justify it. Listen to my point. What I'm
I'm
saying
listening to your
is- What
point.
I'm saying is that there's so many fucking YouTubers out there, and they get their fucking videos yeeted for the dumbest fucking reasons. And I don't even care if there's going to be sexualized material on YouTube, as long as they're utilizing the basic fundamentals of like, okay, confirm, as much as you have to do on the internet, confirm that you're 18 and over to be able to see it. I think that people should be honest about it.
What
I think
YouTubers
they
have
should
you
not try and
seen?
hide it.
What YouTubers have you seen that have used digital penetrative sex of a vagina in their video educationally and had it taken down?
I haven't yet. I've seen YouTubers get taken down for a lot less.
You know what would be fucking great? And I'm saying this 100%. If iDubbbz did a content cop on this guy, and in his content cop, he just fucking digitally masturbated a woman on screen and uploaded it to his channel the same way this guy does, to try and prove that, you know, there is a barrier of unfair. Because iDubbbz is a huge channel.
Sure.
If he just took what this guy was doing and said, content cop, this guy is digitally penetrating women on YouTube and he's making millions of views, I'm going to do it too. Let's see what happens.
I mean, like, again, like, I don't care if this dude makes 1 million views. I don't even care if it's on YouTube as long as it's age gated appropriately.
Why age gate? Why age gate education?
Because it's not education, it's sexual fucking content.
Do we not go through sexual education in school?
The whole purpose of this is sexual content,
If
and you know that.
if that was the whole purpose, it wouldn't have the educational slant to it.
No, because nothing that he says in the video is true.
That
it's all bullshit.
Is it all bullshit?
It's all a
Is it all
lie.
bullshit?
All of it.
Is it all
Yes,
bullshit?
It is. You cannot have a better chance of getting pregnant and conceiving a child by rubbing your nipples. No, Billy, that's not a thing.
Does that not trigger the
doesn't exist.
estrogen levels?
No, it does not. And estrogen levels are not going to increase your
Dude,
chance of conceiving a
I don't-
child. You cannot get finger blasted and then have a better chance of conceiving a child.
They do.
No.
They do tell you to have penetrative sex before you give birth. It helps you give birth. The doctors will tell you that. They do.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And also this is not about giving birth. This is about getting pregnant, Billy. Don't move the goalposts. Okay. This is about a woman
I don't know.
Conceive.
I don't know about getting pregnant because I've never
know
been
you-
pregnant.
It's very apparent
I've never
at this
been
point that
pregnant.
you don't.
I've never been pregnant. But if I were a woman, I would not think a finger would get me pregnant. So this is on the woman to say, "Hey, doctor, your finger's not going to get me pregnant."
Oh, so we're victim blaming now. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like literally.
Okay. So these, I think pretty much all the women that are in these videos that we were talking about, I think they're all prostitutes.
Probably.
Pretty sure.
Oh, I mean, this
pretty
is
sure
a good
they're all-
assumption to make, but do you have proof? If you watch the videos, there are certain pornographic elements that exist to make something pornography. It's been lined out pretty well in court cases. There's obscenity. There's
Dude, obscenity laws are bullshit. Fuck obscenity laws.
well, you're the one over here trying to call on some sort of censorship of a site on YouTube.
I'm not calling for censorship, man. I'm calling for fairness. That's what I'm calling for.
And I'm telling you, this
censorship.
is fair. If you,
No, it's not.
You're comparing apples to oranges here.
By the same scope of what you're talking about, anti-vaxxers have the same legitimacy to being able to push out their information as a doctor, as an immunologist, and that is bullshit, and that's not true. This dude,
So
this
your
is functionally
problem
no fucking
here,
different.
your problem here is you don't like alternative medicine, then, and you don't consider
I don't.
You don't. So you don't consider alternative medicine beneficial.
No, I don't. I think it's all bullshit. It's
Okay,
100%
then
bullshit.
I can agree with your stance on that. If this is
do you know
arguing
what we
about
call-
alternative medicine, then I understand why you're coming at it this way.
Sure.
And calling for its censorship because you dislike alternative.
Not calling for its censorship. Calling for its fairness.
You're calling for it to be
That's it.
banned and shamed into the dark
I don't want
ages
it
like you were the
banned.
Catholic
I don't want it
Church.
banned.
You want
I
it
don't want it
shamed
banned.
and
I
guilted
think
like
that
you were the
they
Catholic
should-
Church.
They should make a YouTube after midnight,
apples
and
and
that's where you
oranges
can
are
watch
both fruit. So there.
a chiropractor finger blast a bunch of fucking prostitutes. Sure, fuck, I don't give a fuck, man. That's cool. I'll watch that shit. That's great. But like, I don't want little Timmy, who's 8 years old, who's watching a bunch of fucking Peppa Pig fucking videos.
Poor little
to all of a sudden have the algorithm go whoop. And suddenly he's watching some weirdo fucking Mexican chiropractor dude fucking finger blasting a bunch of fucking prostitutes.
I want
So I
little
think
Timmy to
that's
walk into
good.
the Tijuana
No,
sauna
I
and
think
see
that-
some dirty shit.
See, Billy was
Billy, I
able
think
to watch
this is
porn as a
controversial.
child.
This is controversial. I think that'd be bad.
What, to have a kid watch digital penetration?
Yeah.
Why? So you could start asking questions about sexuality 4 years earlier than you probably normally would? It's just some fucking digital penetration.
Nope.
It's not even really attractive. It's kind of gross.
Did he leave?
He's going to get a kid out of his dungeon and force them to watch digital penetration to show how fucked up it is.
No.
He's willing to go that far to win an argument with me, and that's the difference between right and wrong. Welcome back, Jeff.
I have my limits.
We've been waiting for you.
That's like Asterios. Asterios has his limits. They're very they're not they're very often he'll have his limits.
Having an 8-year-old discover some low-level pornography is not that big of a deal. They're gonna stumble on it anyways. We live in a society where I fucking found.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. I found pornography shit on TV and everywhere else when I was a fucking 8-year-old.
He took a porn tape somewhere and it got taken away, and his dad showed up and was like, I want that porn tape back.
I found it in a garbage can, and it was great. It was like 6 hours. I'm pretty sure there was a blowjob scene with Gene Wilder getting his dick sucked. It was like a crazy tape I found in a garbage can. It was a compilation. My mom wrote garbage can nasties on the tape. I found it when I was 12, and I lost it when I was 15 or 16. My dad was pissed. He was like, that was good porn. You don't just lose good porn.
I don't think you can actually argue with my basic salient point of that.
Okay,
like,
Filthy Agent says Billy by 8 years old. Billy, geez, creepy as fuck. I'm not saying show 8-year-olds porn. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if they fucking stumble on it, it's not the end of the fucking world.
He wasn't saying that until he literally just said it out of context. And that will get clipped.
I didn't say show 8-year-olds porn. I said if they stumble on it, whatever.
There it
it's
is
fucking,
again.
Seriously, if they stumble on it, it's not going to ruin their fucking life.
I mean, I agree with you. I think we should destigmatize the human body. I do. I think we should destigmatize the human body. We should make people a little bit less like fucking taboo about it. I think we would have less sexual assault. We'd have less people preying on fucking other people if we didn't make such a big fucking deal about people being naked. I agree. But at the same time, explicit acts, I think, are vastly more likely to cause people some degree of misunderstandings, which can lead to them being more susceptible to terrible experiences. And because of that, I think that explicit acts should be at least attempted to be kind of age-gated.
How is it not age-gated?
Watching the final episode of the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Yeah, this has been a good one. This has been a doozy.
By the way, I'm closing up the poll. It looks like yes, it is porn. Is the winner with
64%. It's all right. I lost the last poll anyway. So
this has been a doozy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I understand where Billy's coming from. I really do. I totally do. I get it.
I don't subscribe to these puritanical values. Okay.
You sound like Jared now.
That's just me.
I don't follow society's rules.
I didn't say society's rules. I walk the line with society's rules.
I get your point of view.
These values that fucking think of the children when it's a stupid fucking boring doctor digitally penetrating some woman in a weird office. It'll maybe give the kid a weird kink if it's the first fucking shit they ever seen, but they're gonna end up getting something weird, most likely. On average, like they're gonna, like, you know how many fucking kids watch their aunt get a new pair of shoes and see their aunt's feet, and they grow up with a foot fetish? It's fucking strange how these little minds are so fucking like open to absorbing one little thing that we protected them from, and the second they get something outside of their protection zone, it becomes a fetish. It's weird how the little fucking minds develop.
Dude, I'm with you 100% on this. Absolutely. Like we don't get to litigate and legislate against people like their blossoming sexuality. We don't know. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen with kids. We don't know. And for the most part, like, people are going to have to figure things out, and like our whole fucking world and our society is going to be very complicated, and it's going to make things kind of weird for kids. It was for me. It's weird for everybody. I get that. I get it. 100%. I get it. But I am still okay with a dude who's obviously just jilling off a bunch of prostitutes while he's dressed as a fucking doctor, having to go through the not safe for kids or the YouTube after night, just so it doesn't end up in little Timmy's
have we gone on a kid's account to see if this goes into the algorithm?
I mean, it randomly showed up on mine.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm pretty sure this type of stuff. Pretty sure this type of stuff doesn't go out to anybody under the age of maybe 18, but definitely nobody under the age of 13. Under 13, you have to get kid-approved stuff.
I can answer this right away. If they don't use YouTube Kids, I know for a fact if they don't use YouTube Kids, which usually is around like age 12 or 13. This can show up in their fucking. This can show up in their fucking algorithm. It showed up in mine.
If they put that they're over the age 13 and they're under the age 13, this could show
These
up.
videos have millions of views, millions and millions and millions of views. Their SEOs and also their descriptions are maximized with all the latest buzzwords for the past month, just to be able to feed into and get as many fucking views as possible. And all of this is.
He is a YouTuber.
You have to agree. You have to agree with me on this. This is pornography. It is done for the purpose of pornography, which I don't have a problem with.
I don't believe it's pornography. I do believe it's sexual content. I do believe it's done with the interest of engaging viewers interested in sexual content, but I feel like it's done in a way that can be argued it's educational. And as somebody who doesn't believe in censorship, I'm going to argue their side, even if it's miseducation. I'm going to argue their side as it is being served in a way that is not directly obscene. It's not directly gratuitous.
I don't see why you keep making the censorship argument. It's almost like you're trying to argue with a straw man with that because no one
is it.
Yeah.
No, because I'm saying
none of us give a shit.
It's not a straw man. It's not a straw man. When you label something the word pornography, you're putting it into a label that is obscene, that is gratuitous, that it is beyond.
It doesn't have to be obscene.
No.
Well, if you look at how pornography has been argued in the court system, there are some rules to what is pornography in our law, and that's what I'm arguing here.
18 and over is when we accept that people can look at pornography, and we're comfortable with that. I mean, you could argue that kids younger than 18 should be able to see pornography, and I mean, if you want to make that case, like, then we're going to be here for a while. But but my point is like, it's not that I have a problem with the content. It's that, and I'm glad that you said it's misinformation, because it's wrong. It is not education.
I haven't looked that deeply into it. If you have, then I'll take your word for it, because you obviously you do the work.
Dove into
That's your thing. I know that.
Dove into it.
And when you label it as you're not into alternative medicine, and this is obviously an alternative medicine practice doing this, and it's shady, and it's a fucking cash grab for an OnlyFans and for YouTube views.
Sure.
I agree with all that. Of course, I'm not saying that's not what's happening. I'm just saying when it comes to labeling something pornography, there are certain boxes in my mind that need to be checked, and this one skated by it. It's obvious what they're doing.
I would join hand in hand with you if we were to make an effort to say, like, in the efforts of free speech, in the efforts of not having like boundaries, we tried to get or lobby YouTube to allow for explicit content, as long as there was like an accepted age gate. You know, and the age gate would have to be something that is kind of along the same lines as federal law. Now, you can argue, like, that's not very fair, or that's, like, a libertarian, or blah, blah, blah.
It doesn't even matter, though, like, because, like, they don't ID you when you sign up for a YouTube account. You can lie about your age, right?
I know. Dude, kids are going to fucking find porn anyway. We all know that. But you have to play ball, right, with, like, how our federal laws work. Does it make sense? Not really. But for the sake of our argument, and for the sake of, like, making people not freak out, like, you kind of have to, like, play ball a little bit. But I'd be fine. I'd be fine with explicit fucking content on YouTube, dude.
Yeah.
If I could like go on YouTube and find somebody who's like, hey y'all, I'm gonna play Oblivion while I'm fucking topless, and for tips I'll like fucking jiggle my tits some shit. I would watch the shit out of that.
I would have to
pass an age gate.
I've seen videos do way less and get strikes for sexual content.
Like what?
Right. Right, and this dude doesn't even have to label it as explicit content, and it's not fair. It's bullshit.
I saw like streamers that had like bouncing butts and boobs as their like donation gifts, and they got it for that.
That's
I remember
gratuitous use of sex, right? Like, I feel like this guy doing digital penetration, he's doing it under the idea that it's educational. He's doing it in a way where he takes himself seriously as a practitioner, even if he's wrong and not up to code, as you have said. Like like he at least presents it in a way that he is not trying to be gratuitous. He's not trying to be inherently obscene. He's holding himself to some standards of the practice in the video.
Right.
And
sure.
And at no point in time does he whip his cock out and brick a huge load over the girl. So it can't be
doesn't
porn.
Matter. That doesn't. It doesn't.
That was the joke. That was the joke.
No.
Jeffrey.
That
was the
that
joke.
Was fucking good. That was fucking good. I guess like my main thing is like it just doesn't seem fair. It just doesn't seem fair.
And to me, I think it's fair because I think that it's different rules for him than it is for someone who, like you said, is using a GIF of a butt shaking. They're an entertainment platform,
like a clothed butt.
Yeah, but they're
not fair.
It is fair because they're an entertainment platform, and this is gratuitous at this point.
Yeah, but it's a lie.
It's just the way that the information is delivered is under different protocols. Most of what we do is we accept a doctor shoving his finger up your ass because it's for medical health, right?
But it literally is, though.
It literally is.
Well, we don't when your friend sticks his finger up your ass, it's different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's we accept things. We accept the same things differently as a society. As a society,
if I put my finger up your butt, it is different than if a proctologist puts his finger up your butt. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And if this guy,
you could call it a double standard. I think that's silly, but it is what it is, you know. But I get your argument. I think you're wrong, but I respect your argument.
Look, if I'm,
you might be breaking my brain at this point.
If I'm gonna turn my YouTube page into a digital penetration of women page, just to prove a point,
I'm gonna watch it more often.
Exactly. I saw a dwarf prostitute on the road up by the Chick-fil-A the other day. And I thought about asking her if she would be my first guest on my Dr. Bill show, where I just digitally penetrate and rub nipples for educational purposes.
Okay.
I'll probably do a side channel for that, though, because I don't want to risk the main.
Well, you know, as long as you have a clinical background and you're wearing a lab coat, she's in stirrups, I think you're going to be okay.
Dude.
I know where to get very, very cheap what are the fuck gynecology tables, so I can hook you up, man.
So how cheap?
Like $150.
That's reasonable, but I think I might just go for some antique ones where they have the fucking vaginal saw to cut open babies for birth.
Fair.
Because that would be fucking epic if I just pull out the vaginal saw.
With vaginal saw,
and I
think I want to end the show.
I was like,
now.
ladies and gentlemen, this is for educational purposes. As everybody knows, the chainsaw was invented for giving birth. To cut open the woman's cervical bone, pelvic bone, to get the baby out of her. That's what the chainsaw was invented for.
Cool.
Well, if we're gonna end this show, everybody has to shame Ben because he hasn't come down to hang out with me yet. Shame.
See, I disagree. I disagree with the shame process. I think it'd be better to talk Ben into all the reasons why Eugene is lovely, and that's why he'll come down.
That's true. You know what? You know why you should come down to? You know why you should come down to Eugene? Family.
All right.
Family.
We are going now. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Go, Power Rangers.
Goodbye.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.